Hey guys, I'm Couch Mike,
And I'm Tim.
and this is the Board Game Rundown, and we are live from our basements because we're laying the foundation for game coverage.
Whoa.
Tim, how are we doing on this amazing Wednesday evening?
Dude, I'm doing amazing. Glad to be here.
Yes,
We got Nix in here. We got Jazz in here.
we got everybody in here.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, Whiskey Wednesday. Bingo, David,
We have
TJ.
bingo. We were late. I looked at my phone after looking at my PC clock, of course, and yeah, late. We were late, so go ahead and scratch off that box. Yeah, I appreciate that, Andrew. So I'm tired of just like fighting. Look, we're a real casual show here on the Wednesday night stream. That
What?
we're I'm not fighting taking my computer and my monitor, moving it over there. See, you can kind of see where I used to sit back there. Then I moved it over on my poker table. It's time to stop fighting it. This is Couch Mike, guys. This is where my computer sits 90% of the time. I'm not moving it anymore. So,
Uh-huh.
hello. Welcome. Join me on the couch. Let's chat about some games.
Oh boy. You look, I
Yeah.
mean, Couch Mike looks so chill though. Like
Fab, dude. I mean, pillows, multiple pillows.
all you're
Just
missing
the laptop is sitting on the couch next to me.
all you're
Man,
missing
loving life right now.
is a snuggie or something. You need like a blanket you could, and a little
Uh,
hot cocoa with some
well,
marshmallows.
I think I got a blankie back there. Hold on a second.
Yeah, yeah.
I get a little glare with the glasses. What's annoying? Whatever. But
I
yeah,
do too. That's why I don't
Alaska
wear them
does
when I.
Alaska does change a man. I was wearing a t-shirt at 7 o'clock this morning outside when it was 54 degrees. Not a t-shirt, a short sleeve shirt. That was fine.
So, Mike, I want you to take your right hand and put it in the air. Now,
Ooh.
move it to the right.
Uh-oh.
Keep going. No, 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 no. Straight to the right. To
Like
your right.
straight to the right.
Yep,
That's
right there.
wall.
Yep.
It's
That's where
wall.
you should put that Whiskey Wednesday sign that Bob got you.
Oh, right next to the
Ah,
couch, huh?
got you, boy. Got you right there. If you're going to be sitting there, that's where that sign goes.
Loafer Mike. I don't have any loafers on. Ooh,
No,
but
because
in
you're.
case you wanted to know, I do have pants on. So these are pants. So don't cross that off your bingo sheet.
Good
Yep.
Lord.
Yep. Let's just settle the score here.
Mm
So Tim,
hmm.
what are we
Mm hmm.
talking about tonight?
Oh my God. We are in my mother flipping wheelhouse tonight. We are talking top
Yeah.
five territory control games. There are.
Literally,
I just hope we have pants. Oh,
he literally just typed it.
yeah, yeah.
Anywho,
Top five
yes,
territory control games, man. I am very excited about this one. We kind of threw this
yeah,
one
we
on at
were.
the last minute, but it was a list that I would be very comfortable doing it pretty much at the drop of a hat because
Yeah,
I flippin' love territory control. I cut my teeth back in the day playing Risk and Warhammer and Axis and Allies. So this is really just an extension of all of that goodness. Um,
that's what really makes this great, Tim. I knew this was your wheelhouse.
mm-hmm.
And what's funny is, I had such a long period of time where I've admitted I really got into these type of games late into life, like my early 30s.
Sure.
And Euros brought me into this style of game. When I was younger, I was playing word games and party games, card games, euchre, and so when I got brought into games, it was a worker placement game that brought me into games.
That's
Because
awesome
of
though.
that, I searched out similar games and later picked up territory control games. As a result, of all of the ones on my list are very modern interpretations of what used to be just war game mechanics. Because I really haven't played any of those. I'd love to, but the ones that brought me into this style of game are all very modern interpretations of it. So I thought sticking to that theme would make a very dynamic list between the two of us.
Yeah, yeah, and I went full on hipster Tim tonight. There's some, there might be
No
one
way.
or two that you might be able to guess, but I like to, you know what? Shut up, Dan. My list is my list. I'm talking about games I want to talk about because I think they're interesting, unique, and maybe sometimes we don't need to only talk about games that are in the top 100. And yeah, maybe that is your favorite one, but you know what? Like other games need love too, and I'm gonna show the love for some of these games tonight. Jazz, listen, hipster Tim is the best Tim. It's Tim in his purest form.
It's a Tim.
As hipster Tim, I also hate other hipsters, like with a passion. I hate hipsters so much. And
So
yeah,
go ahead. Sorry.
no, I was just gonna say, listen to Bobby right here. Make sure you like and share the stream.
Yes, I was gonna say Bob saying giving thumbs was gonna be on the bingo sheet, but that's
Oh,
just gonna be the middle of the next one.
right.
So, so if you're scoring at home, we already have start on time, which was I4. Yeah, that's gone. Yeah.
Not on the
However,
sheet yet. Not on the sheet yet. Maybe next week's sheet.
yeah, hipster Tim was not on there, so there you go. The only thing is Mike caught without pants. That was in for, so the bottom row is out, unfortunately.
Yeah, David,
There
that
you
would
go.
require being able to grow good facial
That's
hair. This is
You've been leaving that out a little bit, I've noticed. That there's a little bit of a flavor saver there now.
yeah.
Whoops, was that out loud? My bad.
Tim does something unexpected. Oh, was me doing something unexpected on there? Was that on the sheet?
No, that's on the middle of the fourth one. Yeah, so not yet. Not yet. So yeah, I'm of course loving this list. Can't wait for this one. Good stuff. I got so many awesome ones on here. I did mention in the comments before we started that I actually did add something to my list that I thought I would not. And it just took me going to Board Game Geek and trying to find the category of game that includes all of these, and that would be area majority / influence. I believe every single one of these games will fall into that category, and when I realized that, I can't draw a line between control and majority. They're really kind of the same thing now. So I came around on something.
Okay.
Came around on something. So, because there is definitely, again, a running theme with all of my picks. So that being said, Tim, I mean, the last time I checked, which was actually 15 seconds ago, it was freaking Wednesday. Am I correct?
You are correct. Thank God for
correct.
Wednesday. It is Wednesday somewhere.
It is correct. What are you drinking?
All right. So, in honor of a baller night and a baller list, I am not going to drink garbage whiskey. Well, some people might say this is garbage whiskey, but I got a little bit of Elijah Craig left, so I'm going to tap into this whiskey. Bad boy. And
not garbage whiskey, sir. The top row is out. That is not garbage whiskey. I got some wild turkey. However, it's their small batch long branch.
Oh, I would just drink straight up regular wild turkey. I used to drink wild turkey on this show. Actually.
Yeah, but that would be garbage whiskey, Tim. However, they have, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of it, but then I discovered all the other interpretations of wild turkey that there are. And yeah, this is one I have to try still.
See, Bob, I kind of disagree with a little bit of this. I see what you're saying, but I think that there are territory control can, I don't know. I think it's a little spicier and more interesting when you can have pieces in the same territory or
Yeah,
area.
I came around. I can't really draw a line between control and majority anymore. It really control is having the majority in some games. And so it's so much harder to draw the line. They are the same thing, and they're the same thing defined on BGG. So I added some games to my list that I didn't expect. So good stuff. Um, before we get into that topic, Tim, well, first of all, I need to drink some of this whiskey. I haven't done that yet. But I mean, we're only 9.5 minutes into this thing. You haven't diverted us yet.
Yeah, you're welcome. Here we go. So now that we covered what whiskey, I don't know why, but I was like jamming out to some music today, driving my boy to baseball, and I was just like, "What's everybody listening to? What are you guys listening to?" The song that inspired me to even ask this question was David Bowie, Suffragette City. We used to play the shit out of that on some Rock Band back in the day.
Okay.
I haven't heard that song in years.
Nice.
And then I was like, I need to listen to some more David Bowie. So I kind of went down like a little Bowie rabbit hole there. And
Nice.
and I was just loving life for a little while. Now, Mike, I know you march to a different drummer when it comes to music than me, but
I'm all over the place though. That's the thing.
Me too. Me too.
There's metal that dominates the majority of my listening time, but what isn't really varies so much. So before I went to Alaska, yeah, I actually didn't get to go up there and play any Rock Band this weekend. I was so disappointed. We did have, I guess it's dubbed RiceCon now. It did happen this weekend. I mean, I guess we could discuss that, but
I mean,
however, Rock Band was played again for the second consecutive time.
Yeah, I walked in and I'm like, "Who's playing games?" And you guys are playing Rock Band upstairs.
I only played once, and the timing is still weird on that TV, so I quit playing guitar. I never did sing. But anyway, I got into this stuff. So I do like metal, and I like when like techno or synth or sampling is added to metal. It just adds this extra layer of atmosphere. And I just have always found it interesting, but most of those bands are a lot more metal and less synth. And then Matt was making a comment about the bingo card. No reason at all, Matt.
Yeah, if you weren't there for it, then you don't get to know.
Yeah. So I discovered stuff that's called metal synthwave that is more synth than metal, and it ends up being 80s influenced and sounds like the soundtrack to an 80s action Kevin Bacon movie. I don't know how else to explain this stuff.
You said an 80s action Kevin Bacon movie?
Yeah, I combined all of those things into one. Correct.
It's like there's no 80s action movies with Kevin Bacon.
That's right. But if there was, that's where this would come from.
So it sounds like Kenny Loggins, basically.
It's just techno and metal mixed together. EDM and metal synth.
Weird.
It's very weird. It's pretty cool though. Other than that, some CCR.
Yeah.
Creedence is gotta be one of my top 5 favorite bands. I can listen to them anytime, any place. I love John Fogerty's voice. They got a little bit of a blues influence. I love all of that.
So, a little bit.
I've listened to quite a bit of CCR here recently.
Nice. Yeah. So after Bowie, I went into a Doors rabbit hole because I also love the Doors.
Oh God. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
It was just hitting a sweet spot for me, like recently. And then the other one, because the Peter Gabriel reminded me of it, and it's not definitely not Peter Gabriel, but a couple of like Don Henley tunes came on, and I'm not a big fan of Don Henley as a person, but there's no denying like some of his songs are just bangers. So
Yeah, when I was younger, I didn't really listen to a whole lot of Doors, and then I just went down. That was a band I went down a rabbit hole on and just listened to constantly for a while at one point.
Dude, they're great. They're absolutely great.
I think it was because when I was younger, I really didn't like Light My Fire, and I still consider that to be my least favorite song of theirs.
Overrated. It's an overrated Doors song.
Like, People Are Strange and Roadhouse Blues, and Love Her Madly, and Riders on a Storm.
Oh my gosh. Can you connect amazing. Kevin Bacon to an action movie within 3 people? I mean, yeah.
Hey, easy. Tremors, does that count?
Oh,
they had to run from those things. They had to run from them, Tim. It's the Tremors soundtrack, is what I'm telling you. This is.
It's kind of Tremors is almost a horror movie, but he was in that with Remo Williams. That was an action movie from the 80s.
Really like late 70s, early 80s horror movie soundtrack is what I'm telling you. This is. I will throw some to you. You may be surprised.
Okay. It can't be any worse than anything Aaron throws at us, right? I mean,
the group I've found that I like the most so far by far is called Dance with the Dead.
Dance with the Dead. I like the name. Stuff. The name is cool.
It's fun. So there you go, Tremors. Yep. Discussion over. Good shout out with the Doors. Loving that.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, I just was like, man, I wonder I know we talk music sometimes on here, but like what your favorite band is not always like what you're listening to recently, because sometimes you just get on a thing, you catch a song on the radio, or maybe like you got a Spotify mix or something, and they throw a different song in there, and they're like, oh, now I'm gonna start going down this list and start looking through going through some of this.
I got another one for you. So my buddy that I went on the trip with, he's an old Purdue buddy, and so I made a playlist that like was the kind of stuff we were listening to at Purdue.
Okay.
Which was
a lot of Papa Roach and
Usher, DMX, Eminem, Bone Crusher, Flo Rida, Beastie Boys, Nelly, Snoop, Tupac, that kind of stuff. There you go. Yep, Couch Mike. What's up, Reed? Biggie, all the good stuff. Nas, Outkast. So Luda. That's I was listening to that kind of stuff back then.
Oh no.
Among other things.
Dave is killing me. Dave is killing me. Next year, Dave, you're manifesting it. You're just a year early.
You're a year early, yeah.
Oh Next my gosh. Year. Oh my gosh. I know. I'm really happy though for Mike Giuliano and all the QSCon folks. I'm really glad that sold out. Really excited. Def Jam Fright for New York.
Oh, those are so good. They were wrestling games, but you were wrestling with rappers. Oh, good call. Oh, those games were so fun, Reed. Are you kidding me? Yes, I played the mess out of those.
Bob, you get off your butt and you drive your car to New York.
Yeah, get off your butt, says the guy on his couch.
Oh, as someone, okay, let me just say, as a Bears fan, get your bingo card out, but this wasn't my fault. As a Bears fan, it's a double victory for me because I get to watch Aaron Rodgers, who is just a dirtbag of a human, in my opinion. Sorry he's hurt, but I'm glad he's done for the year. because it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. I love all the memes and the highlights on like his highlight reel of the year, so of his season, and it's just him running out with the flag out of the tunnel, and that's it. But also, then the Packers are screwed out of that first round pick, and they only get a second round pick. So it's like just a gift that keeps giving. And yeah, I am bitter because my team sucks and theirs doesn't. But guess what? Oh well. My Irish are doing good, so we're going to hold on to that.
Well, if you're scoring at home, I won is now ticked off as we went on our football tangent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we knew that was going to happen. Yeah, that was pretty brutal for any New York fan. I mean, and think about the absurdity that went down in MetLife Stadium. The Giants lost at home 40-0.
No, they didn't
and then
lose.
A couple days
they got
later,
boat raced.
And then a couple days later, this happens, which might have been the most devastating thing to happen in New York on early September.
Knicks is what is it? What are they? Was that the Orange Crush days back then? Isn't that what the Bucks they called the old Bucks uniforms? Was it Orange Crush?
Yes, it was.
And then so Dave, I became a Jets fan for a few years, like 20 years ago, when you guys made a run with Vinny Testaverde and you had Curtis Martin and Wayne Corbett. I loved that Jets team. And then you guys got that kid from Marshall, Chad something, couldn't throw for more than 20 yards. And I just kind of gave up and went back.
Hey, if you took Couch Mike and flipped it around, I could be the cousin of Tim Couch. Mike Couch.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, wow. There you go.
All right. Well, Mike commits to a bit. Check that one off.
I don't know about that. That Mike dad joke wasn't on this week's bingo list.
Chad Pennington. Thank you, Dave. You have to admit, Pennington was terrible. But
you guys he led the league in completion percentage for several years because all he did was check down.
5 yards. 5 yards.
Doink.
Yeah. Yeah. Herm Edwards, I believe, was your head coach back then.
That's like Justin Fields' best passes on Sunday. Doink.
Oh, God.
Doink.
Hold on. Don't forget a really dumb interception.
Well,
God,
he actually looks like he's regressed, but so is the whole team.
He looks like an Ohio State quarterback in the NFL. Is what he looks like.
Oh, well, I mean, C.J. Stroud looked awful, so you are correct, sir.
Name me a successful Ohio State quarterback.
There hasn't been one.
And then name one in the name a successful USC quarterback in the last 15 years.
The best one is butt fumble.
Yeah,
Carson Palmer.
And he blew his knee out first chance he got when he got to the playoffs. Like, oh hey, here we go. Oh no!
I think he did it twice.
Yeah, he did. So.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Caleb Williams might break that curse though.
He might, but he might not. Depends on if he goes to a garbage team. They'll wreck him.
Hey, it just took Tua and Hurts to break the Bama QB curse. There really wasn't that good of one until then. So somebody's going to break that curse. That's why I don't buy into that a whole lot. But Ohio State quarterbacks have been trashed. You are right about that.
Okay.
You
just
are
saying.
Right.
Just
saying. But hey, where did this Texas Tech quarterback that looks like he might be the GOAT? I mean, where did he come from?
TJ, what do you... Oh, you're a Bengals fan. I'm sorry. I'm like, why do you care about Carson Palmer? Oh, yeah. Listen, TJ, I'm an old Irish guy, and I hold grudges. I hold grudges from USC. I mean,
Oh man.
I can only think of one USC player that won me over and that I actively cheered for. And TJ's going to be offended by this too, but Troy Polamalu, man. That dude was amazing to watch in college and in the NFL. Was just so much fun to watch. So
he's a monster.
Listen,
what's sad?
I had to get over my hatred of Miami players because of one of my all-time favorite Bears came from Miami. Devin Hester, baby.
Oh, wow.
That man should be in the Hall of Fame. Should be in the Hall of Fame.
He was best returner ever, for sure.
Best returner ever. And if you're going to let specialists in, let in the kick returner because nobody did it
Yeah.
better than him.
No, he brought in the opening kick in the Super Bowl back, so never going to forget that one.
I will never forget that. I thought, oh my God, my dreams have come true. Super Bowl Shuffle 2.0. Here we come. Oh, yeah, we have Rex Grossman at quarterback, and we're playing Peyton Manning. Son of a bitch. It's the only time I ever rooted against Peyton Manning. And I've hated the Colts ever since he left.
It's pretty bad. We're talking about the Jets and Bears, who probably have had the worst quarterback history of any other franchises historically. Just, yeah, pretty brutal.
Listen, no. You can't say historically. The Bears won a lot of championships before there was the Super Bowl.
Well, it's hard to go back to that era.
It's not that hard.
It's hard enough to go back to the 80s in football, let alone the Super Bowl.
I just did it. I went right back there.
Oh my goodness. All right, so Tim, we are tangent deep. However,
all right.
We do have a list. We can go on later for sure. You guys all know that. So
yeah. No, I appreciate everyone not bailing out on football chat. It is just one of my favorite sports. If you're not watching the Manning Cast, you should. What's up, Wayne? Good to see you. I watch my wife and I. That is appointment viewing for my wife and I. Like,
they're great.
It doesn't matter. We stay up later than we want to. We watch the whole damn thing because they're awesome. They're funny.
They are. And it's really good analysis.
Dude, yeah, and they're
higher
fun.
Football IQ than those brothers. Like they've been talking about it with their dad since they were kids. I mean,
the only bad thing about Peyton Manning doing what he's doing now is I thought he would have made an excellent coach. And there's no way in hell he is coming out of the booth to coach football when he can stream every Monday night with his brother.
Can do this.
Yeah.
And make more money, have less stress, and be here.
Yeah. And he just gets to wear that 3/4 zip every time.
Yeah.
And pick on his brother. It's the best.
Yeah, I had 3/4 zip pants on, so actually go ahead and check that box on the bingo.
Check
Kidding.
the bingo box.
Yeah, they're also super nice guys. So, a Tequila Tuesday. We should almost have like a prime time, a Monday night football stream chat.
Oh, just like you guys want to see somebody actually be a fool. Is you just need a live stream of me watching Notre Dame football. Doesn't matter if they're playing Tennessee State or if they're playing Ohio State. I'm the same level of jackassery, jumping up and down. Clark and I watched the game last Saturday together at home. And he just kept going, Dad, just don't get too loud. Don't get too loud. I'm like, I'll try not to, buddy. And then, they go and score. And I'm like, ah! And then he, yeah, he's like, Dad.
Yeah, great list, Bob. You're right. Wayne, I'm in. I dialed back some fantasy this year, and I'm still in 4 pay leagues. It's a little insane. What gets really ridiculous is the Dynasty League, where we started with a salary cap the same size as NFL teams, and then drafted every player, including of individual defenses. Pretty nuts. Pretty deep down that rabbit hole. Monday night quarterbacking, Mike. Oh man.
So yeah, Wayne, I think Spencer is the Lou Holtz of our board game group, where he goes in and he's losing, but also unlike Lou, Spencer will bitch about losing the whole time and then come back and beat everybody by 20 points.
So true.
And it's like, Spencer, shut up. You're probably, well, no, I don't know. Spencer, you're a smart guy. You're probably smarter than all of us combined. We know what's up. We know what's up.
How he undersells every game he's playing.
You're like, wait,
you beat me by 35? I thought you didn't know what you were doing yet.
Yeah. And again, seriously, one of the smartest guys I know.
Yeah, seriously.
One of the smartest guys I know. But yeah.
On 2 novels.
You're right. Mike,
Mm-hmm.
You should go get a hat so you can hold on to it. Do you know what's coming out? Did you see what they announced is coming out? A new Legacy game?
Uh,
Legacy version designed by Matt Leacock. Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now.
Oh, it's called Ticket to Ride Legacy. Did you
Yes, I did hear
did you
about
see
that.
that?
I mean, I'd actually love the excuse to tear up some pieces of that
Oh,
game,
let's
so I
try it.
might actually back that. I'm yeah, insta back for me. So deluxe and everything.
Everything all the way in. All the
Yeah.
way in.
So,
Ooh, the Mel Tucker. That's rough. Ooh, too soon.
oh, wow.
Too
All
soon.
right,
My goal is
we.
to not be the Mel Tucker of board game podcasting.
Oh, that's definitely not laying the foundation.
Yeah, really good for a year, and then not only do you fall off, but then now you get yourself fired.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
about to.
Tim, we're a half hour into this thing. I think we got a list, or at least let's pretend we do. I think when
Yeah.
we do that, we typically start with 5. Last time I checked.
Okay. Let's do it.
Um,
Let's start our list. Half hour in.
yeah.
8:34 is as good a time as any to start
I
it.
mean, I think so as well. It wouldn't be Whiskey Wednesday if it wasn't. So, numero 5.
All right. So I went with some what I would think are really interesting territory control games. There might be one or two obvious ones on here, but I really wanted to strike out and talk about at least one game that I've never talked about, and I'm super excited. I want to get this to the table with a higher player count because I've only played it at very low player counts, and I feel like this game would. I really enjoyed it, but I think it will be even better with like 3 or 4 players, and it's so interesting. They did a Kickstarter for like a second edition, which I didn't get into, um, but I have a bunch of the first edition stuff, and I really found Black Rose Wars super interesting. And there's a little bit of territory control in there because you're going into the different rooms of the Black Rose Lodge and you're getting different abilities based on like what you do. But this game is also sort of like a deck builder because you can build your deck with like other schools of magic. So then that's going to give you like different kinds of spells you can do. You have to lay them out in what order. And again, you're trying to control different rooms. And then when you fire off spells, you can damage the rooms you're in. So then that flips them over and it just makes them like burned out rooms, which you can still go into, but you don't get any benefit for being in and doing stuff with. But it's a little bit of a stretch, but a very cool game, badass game. Great minis, very cool concept. That's my number 5.
That is a good one. I would have to scroll down a bit to look it up on this list. I did want to add this because I thought this kind of helped me define what qualified for this. So again, I went to this
Oh, okay.
category on BGG, and then this is what pretty much all these games for me came up as. And multiple players may occupy a space and gain benefits based on their proportional presence in the space, and that pretty much explains all of these for me. So okay, so that being said, I felt like every game I picked is a hybrid game, and that's like a lot of games now. But for a while, there was a very clear distinction between what was a Euro game and an American style game. And this was the first one that really combined them. I have talked about this game before, but I really want to get it played again. And the theme killed its popularity, and it's Sons of Anarchy, Men of Mayhem.
Oh,
It is
I've heard this is legit good. I've never played it.
it, it is. It really is because it is a worker placement game at its heart, and you wouldn't expect that from this adult theme about a motorcycle club. I think that uh, probably deterred a lot of people from looking into it. But this is a worker placement game where you have to control the tiles alone to get the benefits of the territory. Because these are like businesses that you're shaking down or intimidating or getting goods for protecting them. And the whole idea is you can move to a territory, but you can't exploit it right away. Other players also get the opportunity to move to the same territory. And as soon as that happens, you can choose to fight it out as an action, or you can choose to move, or you can wait it out and see if they move, or make them use an action token to start the fight. And when you do, you're kind of also collecting guns, which allows you to actually eliminate some of their recruits.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you have to completely eliminate other players off of a space to then use an action to, actually get the resources from a tile. And that concept I had not seen in a game before Sons of Anarchy. And yes, I've talked about this game a lot, but I really thought it was underappreciated. And yeah, the IP I know had to have heard it, because if it was, man, it could have been so many other themes and would have drawn a lot of people into it. But this really was a slept on game, big time worker placement and combat. And the other thing I love about this game that I like in a lot of games is most money wins, and you've got a shield and you're just piling up money on the back of the shield, and you can negotiate money. Hey, I'll pay you a couple bucks if you move off this spot. And I love that in games too. So it combines so many things I love into one. It's underappreciated. And again, it's a hybrid, which you're going to see every single one of my games are. So Sons of Anarchy, Men of Mayhem. Don't sleep on that one. If you know somebody that has it, have them teach it to you. It was Gale Force 9, so I don't know how easy it is to locate. I think it's still fairly easy to get.
It was out of print for a hot minute. But you were finding them like on bargain shelves and stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just like 2 months ago just watched for the very first time the first season of Sons of Anarchy. I never watched any of it. Never watched any of it. I was like, I don't give a crap about this show. I don't want to watch it. My friend Pete was obsessed with it, loved it. And I was like, eh. Then I watched it. I was like, oh, this is pretty good. Yeah. I enjoyed it. I'll probably get around to
watching the whole thing.
Yeah, eventually. I'll get there.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan. I'm not like into the biker theme either. I just had too many people tell me to watch it. I enjoyed it. That made me want to get the game and see if I could get those people to play it with me. They did. Oh, yeah. We loved it. Yeah, I will be showing that game to you guys eventually, and I think you guys are going to like it too. That's why I keep bringing it up.
I probably will. I think you're right.
So there you go. That's a worker placement territory control game where they just picked the wrong IP. So, All right, let's hear number 4.
Okay, so my number 4 is I wanted a game on my list that you don't think is a territory control game, but it actually is. Oh, Knicks. Hey, it should have been the Vikings. Oh,
hey, we go to pillage. Hey.
Holy crap, that's amazing. Thank you, Knicks. So yeah, this game though, controlling the territories is how you score points. But you don't think about it because the territories are casinos. And I'm talking about Lords of Vegas. Such a good sneaky territory control game. You don't realize it's territory control. You're just like, oh, I'm trying to get my dice I'm building up these casinos and I want to make, bigger casinos. Well, then, you grew up next to my casino. Well, now I've got a die in there. So now I'm going to pay to reorganize. And then maybe I get the highest pip die. It doesn't matter that you got five ones in there. I got a 6, baby. So the territory control aspect of Lords of Vegas, I didn't realize was in that game when I first played it. And then after like kind of soaking it in and letting it marinate, I'm like, oh my God, that's brilliant. I love it. It is one of my all-time favorite games. It is an evergreen game for me. I think it's fantastic. It's a good excuse to talk about it on this list because I don't think people would have thought of Lords of Vegas being a territory control game. So I went a little hipster that way with going with like a little come in from the side and hit you with that one. But love that game. Fantastic game. And it's just good. It's easy to teach. Super fun to play if you like fun, which is why Dan is wrong. And there's a little bit of press your luck in there, and lots of strategy. Oh yeah, right on, TJ. Let me know what you think of the reprint, man. I didn't back the reprint because I have an old and busted copy.
I love this game. You guys finally taught it to me last year. We played it twice in one weekend. It's got so many things in it that I like. I wanted to play it this weekend, but I really wanted my buddy Dustin to play it. I knew he would love it, and sure enough, it sounds like you guys had a blast with it. Because you played it with him, right? You were playing with my buddy Dustin?
Not
No,
that
Bob
one. No,
was.
no,
That's
Bob
right.
was. Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
I
He keeps asking. He's asked me 3 times since then to buy it. Problem is, I know how expensive it is, and even the reprint on the Kickstarter, it just seems high for what it is.
the old copies are going to come down in price once that Kickstarter starts shipping. So,
in fact, it has. Here's the 2020 base set up Underworld expansion. 15 for shipping for 85.
oh, that's
That
a
just
good
got
deal.
listed. That just got listed yesterday.
That's a
I'm
good
pulling
deal.
the trigger out. My buddy's asked me 3 times since Saturday, Bob, to buy Lords of Vegas. I love it. He loves playing casino games, dude. I knew that game was going to be a home run for him. He's honestly the reason I've been wanting to buy it. We would have such fun with that. That's a great choice. And I want to yeah, this has the up expansion, and yeah, totally, that's the only way you guys showed me, and I just would never play without that. I need to just get that in my cart. um yeah, let me write that down.
Let me fill while Mike buys Lords of
No,
Vegas.
no, Tim, I do want to show you something though. So I want to flip here. You're justified here, sir. And this is why I flipped on this. Area majority influence is the first mechanic listed for this game.
But you wouldn't think about it like that, do you? You don't. To me,
right.
I never. That's not like my go-to when I describe Lords of Vegas. Oh, it's territory control. Area majority.
Right.
Like I don't think about it like that at all. But it is 100% the main way you win that damn game.
Yeah,
100%.
You have to control those territories to get money. Yeah, that's the only way you win. So
that game's so good. Hey, I gotta go. I'm gonna play Lords of Vegas. You know what? We need to see if like Lords of Vegas is on BGA or something, because that would be one we could play and stream.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Right?
I don't know if it is. Man. Crap. Don't hold on. Phil while I go to BGA.
Oh, okay. No.
I'll do that on your number 3. I'll go.
Oh, okay. I'll pick a boring one.
That's a great idea. Yeah, great pick. Okay, so my number 4. So again, this is another hybrid. Again, this is the theme here for me. But these are the kind of games I like that have, Euro mechanics mixed in with territory control. And I'm just going to read the description of this game because this is when I read the description of this game, this one does not have area majority listed as one of its major mechanics. And I was super surprised by this. The description of the game on BGG is battle for control of a new fantasy realm in this worker placement game from 2020. It's now ranked 132, and that's Dwellings of Eldervale. You have to control a hex to build a dwelling. You cannot win Dwellings of Eldervale without building dwellings. And often you will have other workers in those spots, just like Sons of Anarchy, actually, because this is also a worker placement game. You can't exploit the territories until you eliminate, well, yeah, if you lose a battle, you get thrown to the underworld. But you do get to use the territory first. So I actually almost goofed that up. You use the territory first, which is nice. It's not totally going to screw you out of an action if you lose a battle, but those battles can help you. If you win them, you keep your guys on the board and you get to build dwellings, which are just super important to winning that game. They also give you additional dice to roll in combat for future turns just by having a battle on a hex with a dwelling or adjacent to one. I've always loved that mechanic. It's another reason to get those dwellings on the board. This was just such a clever game, and really, it's also an engine builder where you're buying cards to put in your tableau, and after you set all your workers out, you recall them back to those cards and then activate those and get stuff. Man, it's such a good game. And I'm still amazed that they don't have area majority as one of the mechanics listed for this one, especially when it's battle for control of a new fantasy realm in the description.
Well,
But this one is really no different than Sons of Anarchy. It's a worker placement territory area majority game. And it's really good. It's really good. I've played it 4 times. I have the Legendary Edition. The minis are incredible. It has fantastic use of game trays. It has my favorite box cover art of all time. I love the original, not the crocodile one, because it's more grayscale. It's got a lot more color and depth to it. It really pops on that box. Gotta love this game. It's really good. I need to play it again. Donnie, what do you think of it? It's different. It can be hard to do what you want. It's got if you want to play a worker placement game that has interaction, you need to play Dwellings of Eldervale. Other people are constantly getting in the way of the places you want to go. And
mhm.
so you have to be adaptable in your strategy in this game. Your long-term strategy is going to constantly change. You got to get dwellings out, but where you want to put them is going to change a lot. Um, it's really good. I do too. I I love that mechanic. Roll as many dice as you want, but it's whoever has the single highest die result that wins.
Mhm.
So 1-6 beats 4 5s. I love that mechanic. Oh, you have 4 guys on this space, or you have a worker and your dragon. Well, sorry, my one worker just slayed both of them with the 6. Too bad. Critical hit. Go to the underworld. I'm dropping my dwelling here afterwards. I love it. I love it. And it's celebration worthy when it's like an instant gratification. You roll, yes. It's not roll, roll, roll. You know what I mean? Like where it's you got to roll 5, 8, 9, 10, 12 different times. Like it takes 5 minutes to resolve combat. It is how many dice do you want to roll? Here's some swords to roll more. Roll them, instant gratification. Bam! Yes, I pulled out the underdog defeat. I love that combat system as well. Thank you for pointing that out. Hell, you can put it on your bingo sheet that Mike forgot something. Go ahead, Tim.
That's so good. No, the funny that is like a fun thing, and it's funny because Lords of Vegas does the same thing. You know, when everybody rolls
Mhm.
the die, high die wins.
Instant, yes, yes. Both are number 4s too. That's great. That same
Yeah,
mechanic.
yeah, Nix. When the pawn of destiny rolls a 6, you lose. I like that. That should be a shirt, man.
Mhm.
That should be a t-shirt. Oh, righty. Oh my gosh. I've got so many to choose from for my number 3.
I got a ton, but
Uh,
I got a lot. But yeah, it's a great mechanic, Tim, and there's so many games that qualify that you wouldn't think that they would, and even Dwellings deserves to be in that category and is not. So I'm sure there may be more that may pop up that don't even get on this BGG list.
yeah, I mean, I'm like looking around and I'm like, oh, there's another one. Like I'm writing them
Yeah,
down. I don't, they're like, I'm
right.
writing down stuff for honorable mentions because it's like, oh, and then like, you know, maybe something gets bumped, but like I keep looking around and I'm just like, oh my gosh, so many.
Oh. It's like
So many games.
I started with so few, and like you said, yeah, I just kept tacking them on. Then next thing you know, I got like a dozen to choose from.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good problem to
All
have.
right. Let's get better here. Let's get to meat and potatoes with number 3. Um,
Okay.
we can go back to that. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh yeah. The luck of the roll is just
It goes around and comes around. And here's Brett, our buddy Brett, Papa Soup in the house.
right.
Yeah. You either, if you can't get it to the table and you're okay with letting it go, you could get a lot of good stuff in a trade for dwellings. I can't tell
Well,
you
you
how
can.
many things I've traded for Mike's copy of dwellings. I mean, just about every game
It's
that's been on
true.
my wish list. Um,
We've got a new box for bingo card number 2. Is how many games have been traded for my copy of Dwellings of Eldervale?
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
the replayability is insane. There's 8
Oh
double-sided
my gosh.
factions. There's
Oh my
16 to choose
gosh.
from. It's nuts. It's
It's
nuts. Play that game, Brett. It's awesome. It's really,
it's
really good.
it's the replayability is stupid great on that. I mean, it really is. It really is. Okay, golly, I got to pick a number 3. Okay, I'm going to go with a classic game that I have talked about before. But look, I can't talk about territory control games if I'm not going to talk about one of the best ones ever made. Was
I would hope.
one of the first hobby style board games that I bought back in the early 2000s. Because here's the thing, Mike, if you're going to play the Game of Thrones, you either play to win or you
Ooh.
die. Game of Thrones, baby.
Uh-huh.
Game of Thrones is such
Brutal.
a good territory control game for me
Mhm.
specifically because of the deals that you have to make. You have to negotiate because it can't just be you versus the world or you're guaranteed to lose. You've got to make deals, and the timing of your moves is crucial. The way that you assign all of your orders simultaneously and then reveal them in turn order um, is so delicious. It's so good.
It's
Uh, I've had
delicious.
I've had so many awesome victories, and I've had even more amazing losses that I had so much fun. They make for such good stories that I don't even care. It's so good. Game of Thrones is just one of my all-time favorites. I love the theme. I'm a sucker for the theme because I've read all of the books multiple times, even before the TV show came out. And then when the first 4.5, 5 seasons of that TV show didn't suck, I was so excited. We're not going to talk about the last ones, a couple seasons, terrible. Like, I mean, they fell off that cliff faster than Bran fell out of that window. Is all I'm saying is, but the
Ooh.
theme and the style of that game, it works so well. It rewards you for negotiating and actually playing the Game of Thrones, right? Actually doing the politics and getting in there. But it also
Yeah.
is just as important to have some decent military strategy, and to be willing to be cutthroat because you're going to have to be, gosh dang it. It's such a good game. I love it. I'll love it for forever. Um, and the second edition, I still have my first edition and stuff. I will never break it out um, because I got second edition. Second edition is great, and I will. Yep, there. Yeah, Jim. He's wearing blue pantyhose tonight, so it looks like he's
Correct.
got pants
They
on.
don't count as pants, correct?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
technically.
But no, Game of Thrones, man. It is. I know I've talked about that all the time before. It is one of my all-time favorite games. I think it's excellent. And for territory control and what I just always have a really freaking good time playing that game. I am here for it. It's mean as hell. And it's great.
That's a good one. That is a good one. That is a good one. I played that one once and it was so long ago. And I just got destroyed.
Oh, sure.
I just played the yeah, the family I decided to play, I just played the wrong way and was not prepared for what I received.
So what I recommend playing that game with like me and Bob, and let's get like some other people that I think, because here's the thing is like Bob can't take his foot off the throttle, but in a game like that, you can slow down people like Bob with good alliances, or you ally with him and just stab them in the back at the right time. There are some people that I would say don't play that game with it the first time. I won't drop names on the live stream. But there's one or two, and they're usually the people that I say don't play that game for your first time with ever, any game with, because if they already know how to play or are good at it, because they won't make it fun for you.
Um, yeah, I've got a ton of honorable mentions. So if you're looking for more recommendations, definitely stay tuned.
Yeah,
I was
I've heard that
waiting
about
for
Mosaic, Chris.
you've
Oh,
heard it about it from me, just like Chris has. Um, it is definitely area majority, where you're getting points each era for how many military, how many figures you have in a region. But it's definitely more Civ feel. It actually is in. It does have area majority as one of its listed mechanics, so it's definitely in it. It's not one of the first things I think of about that one, though. But it is really good, though. I like the mechanics in that one a lot. Um, yeah, I think it's just hard to get to the table. And
what,
you need,
Mosaic or
yeah,
Dwellings?
well, both. They
Oh,
both have a
okay.
lot of setup, and they both have a lot to teach. And even
Hmm.
though I don't think either game are hard to learn, there's just a lot to explain. You know what I mean? It's one of those. There's a lot of stuff going on, but it's not hard to grasp. And setup and all that definitely makes both of those hard to table.
Oh, so Chris wants to recap real quick of what we said so far so he can hate our lists. Um,
Oh, true.
so my number 5 was Black Rose Wars. Then I had 4 as Lords of Vegas, and my number 3 was Game of Thrones. Um, what do you got?
Sons of Anarchy, Dwellings of Eldervale.
And now you're number 3.
My number 3 is Imperial. Imperial. The great thing about Imperial. This is my hipster pick.
Ooh.
This game came out in 2006. This game is designed by Mac Gertz, the prestigious designer of Concordia. And this wonderful game is about investing in imperialist powers to extract wealth by industrialization and expansion. That one's not as good as the explanation for, there you go. Use money to manipulate countries into warring with each other for your own profit. That's what Imperial is.
Man.
Imperial is a straight up just, hey, each group takes out the other. Whoever has the most maintains control. But by having control of more territories, each time you tax, you get more personal money, and your country gets more money, and that country gets more points, which means whoever has the most stocks of that country gets the most points for that country, because you don't control a country. Whoever controls the most stocks of a country controls the country. I've never seen a game do anything like that, and this is a stock game based on countries warring against each other and buying into the country that you actually think is doing the best. You're prospecting based on their ability to win the game and score you the most points for each one of those stocks that you have of that country. It is so incredibly genius. I've never seen anything quite like it. If anybody has anything that is like Imperial, I would love to check it out. I have only played Imperial the original, which came out in 2006. That one is ranked in the 200s still. 2030 is ranked in the low 300s, and it's a re-implementation. Um, I love this game. As you can see, I got 4 plays logged on it. This is one that was a sleeper game for me. I thought it was good when I played it the first few times, and I played it again recently, as in a couple months ago, and I was like, "Wow, why didn't I appreciate this game before?" I think it's fantastic. Yeah, may not be for everybody. It can be quite dry. Its combat is very, deterministic and short. There's no decisions to be made in combat other than where you want to send your troops and how many you want to send. But I love the concept of buying stocks in the countries that are doing well and winning because of that. It's awesome.
I need to play this game because the theme alone, that is a theme that grabs me.
Right?
I mean, it is a dark and mean and nasty, nasty theme. But
It's yeah, it's incredible. Uh, yeah, it's like a politician. Yeah, it is dry. And it's not for everybody. Um, War of Whispers. Yes, I was going to mention that one, Bob, as one you don't really control, but you secretly are manipulating any faction you want around the board, and that determines who you score the most on. It's kind of wild.
I left War of Whispers off of my list because I didn't feel like it's technically territory control area majority. But but man, I love that damn game. It's so good. War of Whispers. All right, are you ready for my number 2?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you guys definitely got to play that one. I need to acquire a copy, and I'll do that while I'm getting New Vegas. Let's hear your number 2.
So my number 2 is one of my top 10 games of all time. It is the granddaddy for me, of territory control, area control. And it came out what, 2012? No, it didn't come out in 20. Maybe it did. No, I backed it in 2012. It took like 3 years to fill. It is so damn good. It is Cthulhu Wars in all its glory. That's my number 2, which means what could number 1 be? And I'll give you a clue. It's not an Eric Lang game. I will tell you my number 1 is not an Eric Lang game. So you guys can all now try to guess what my number 1 will be.
G5.
But Cthulhu Wars, man, oh, it is so good. Asymmetric player powers. There are games. Yeah, it's not a granddaddy as in old, but Cthulhu is a granddaddy. But it is Cthulhu Wars is just one of my all-time favorite games. I love the theme. I love the aesthetic. The miniatures are freaking incredible. I love the way that every faction that you play breaks a rule in its own way, but it doesn't have to be like Root, where you have to understand how every single faction on the board works completely, because they're not all that different. They just are different enough to keep it saucy, and there's so many options. I just in the last 2 months got my Kickstarter from 4 years ago, and so and I got the cats and the albino penguins, so I've got a whole new faction that I need to play as, which I'm very excited about. But yeah, I wanted to throw a curveball because Cthulhu Wars could be my number 1, but there's actually a territory control game that does some stuff that I don't own, but I'm trying really hard to own. But there's a specific version of it that I want. Those are your last clues for what my number 1 is going to be. But Tim dropped drink.
Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, just to spite you. No, I mean, everybody, like, if you watch the show and Mike and I love Ankh and stuff like that. But I could talk about Ankh any day of the week. And I could talk about Cthulhu Wars. It's older now, and Peterson Games has got drugged through the mud, but they deservedly. But they just signed with Catalyst Games, so they are getting their games back in print. That's going to help them fill some of their Kickstarters that they've been working on. So I'm very excited about that. And but yeah, man, my number 2 is big old Cthulhu Wars. Mike, I'm gonna get you to play this game with me. I'm gonna play a faction I've never been, just so you got a really good chance.
I would love to. I would definitely play this game for sure. Everybody that ends up playing it ends up really liking it. I do want to point out though, did anybody else notice that Tim's screen like sort of glitched for a second in the
I
middle of his number 2?
it
I
was so
thought for a second, yeah, it was so short. I thought we were going to get a buffer or a Tim booted if you're scoring at home, but I don't think either happened
I don't
technically.
think it counts. I don't think it counts. I think
Doesn't count.
my internet was so shocked that Cthulhu Wars wasn't my number one. And then I said I didn't have an Eric Lang game as my number one when I didn't say Cthulhu Wars, that everybody was like, what?
Nice.
Again, hipster Tim throwing you for a loop here. But all right, Mike, you're
Yeah.
number 2, buddy.
My number 2. So I had to have someone in our Discord talk me into including this game. I
Ooh.
absolutely love this game. It shot up to my, I don't know, top 5-ish or whatever when we did our top 50. It came out last year. It's one of Bob's favorite games of all time as well. I can't fight how much I love Wonderland's War. I
Oh.
freaking love Wonderland's War. It is just battle quacks. Don't care. I love this theme. I love the art. I love how many different ways the game gives you to keep pulling stuff out of your bag. It's not just a well, just keep pulling as many as you can. Well, you might have a quest that says stop on one of the forge symbols, which might be on a 3 or like the 7. Or you might have a quest that says stop on an even number. There's so many different reasons to stop pulling from your bag, especially when you know you're outnumbered on the board. And I think that gives you so many more decisions to make inside of a battle. Just one battle in Wonderland's War, every pull of the bag is a different, completely different decision, especially if there's multiple people in a battle. Sometimes there's 3 or 4 people in one territory. There's that many people pulling, and you're waiting to see who gets eliminated. And you're not eliminating other people, you're eliminating yourself because you push your luck too much and had to remove all of your guys out of the territory. And I love that mechanic so much. I've never seen a game do that. I thoroughly enjoy this game, and I don't know why I fought putting it on this list. I guess I didn't consider it control, but majority, area majority, and influence and control is basically the same thing. These lines have been blended together. These are all hybrid war games with Euro mechanics on them, really, is what all of these games are. And this is absolutely one of my favorites. So I can't not put this game on my list. I freaking love it. It's a top 5 all time game for me. It's just fantastic. Not everybody's cup of tea. It's long. It is
Yeah.
long. That's my only con to
It's too
this game.
long.
It's too long. It is a game that I definitely prefer it 4 or less. 3 and 4 is the sweet spot. 5's too long.
5
But
is right out.
it is. But it's one of the major mechanics listed on BGG. And when I pulled up again this list, it made me realize how much the lines are blurred, and it got pushed onto this list. So it's great. Don't fight it. Just play it. I can't wait to get my deluxe.
Next, one day, man, one day we'll be at a convention or some meetup or something together, and we will get to play some of our favorite games together. I would love that.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely trying to get to more cons. I've already committed to going to, of course, QSCon next year. We're going to be at Origins and Gen Con. I'd like to go to some of the, well, Gamma, because it's in Louisville, Tim. Are you kidding me?
I know. I don't even have to find a place to stay. Shit, I got like 10 places I can pick from in Louisville. You guys are all out of luck because I don't know that they would put all of us up, but I definitely could.
I'll just drag my camper down, guys. We're good. All right. I guess we're gonna. Ooh.
Oh, look at this. Top 6.
Man.
TJ had to do a top 6. Yeah, I looked at Smartphone and Tammany Hall are on, and Rising Sun and Scythe are all on my honorable mentions.
Smartphone, I didn't think it I didn't think of it when it came to this. It's not one I wrote down, but then when I went to this list and saw it in there, I didn't add it as an honorable mention. It's a top 10 game for me. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's
I
so damn
love
good.
it,
It's so
but
damn good.
I didn't include it, but I do love it for sure. All right, Tim, let's hear your favorite territory control game ever. Number one.
Okay. Anybody have any guesses as to what my number one is before I go all hipster on you guys? It's so good. Mike, this game has assassinations in it. It's got deck building. It's got deck culling. It's
I know
you
what it
score you
is.
score victory points from your deck. You score victory points from locations that you control. This game is the second game that Mike and I played on an epic JuliaCon weekend after we had the most amazing game of Ankh ever.
Yes.
I took all of that momentum and I steamrolled to victory with a bunch of strangers and Mike and won Tyrants of the Underdark.
It's an
Holy
honorable mention.
crap. Tyrants of the Underdark is so dang good. I love this game. I want a copy of it, but I want first edition because I heard that there's some artistic decisions that they made with second edition, and I don't want second edition. I want first edition. I love this game. It's this is a game that I kind of forget about sometimes. Yeah, thank you. This is a game I forget about sometimes, and then when I remember it, it's like, God damn it, I love that game. It's so good and a lot of fun. And for whatever reason, I'm really freaking good at it too. So that doesn't hurt. But Tyrants of the Dark is a deck builder with a board. Listen, Trevor, you need the board because you have to control areas to get stuff.
You do. It's good.
And yeah, Chris, I'm glad I have one on your list or on my list that you don't hate. First edition. Yeah, I know you have it, Bob. I want it though. That's the problem. Hey, Bobby, I'll trade you Mike's copy of Dwellings of Eldervale for Tyrants and $25. Oh no, wait, you know what? I still owe you for Lorcana, so we'll call it even. For Tyrants
check your bingo sheet. Sure, Dwellings of Eldervale trades next week.
But yeah, Tyrants of the Underdark is just a really good underrated game. I think people slept on it again, sort of like your Sons of Anarchy. I think they go, oh, a D&D game, which either pulls people in very specifically, or you just look over and go, I don't care about D&D because I don't play D&D, right? And so you could just look right over it. Like personally, oh yeah, Trevor, sorry about that. I do still owe you Mike's copy of Heat. I missed an opportunity to steal that when I was at his house the other day. I'll get back over there and remedy that. But no, like I think that there's a lot of really good Dungeons and Dragons themed games that people that aren't into D&D just automatically ignore. And that's fine, but also sometimes, hey man, like just be open to it. It's really good. Cause I'll never forget, Bob taught me how to play it. I don't even know why Bob brought it out. We started playing it and I was like, this is really freaking good. And then we were at Julia's that one time and somebody wanted to play it. And I'm like, oh yeah, baby.
Yeah.
And I was still feeling good and riding high from that Ankh game. And just, you know, man, that game just sings. When I play it, it doesn't overstay its welcome. It's really interesting. The choices are interesting. The deck building is fun. Just a lot of things that I just really like about Tyrants of the Underdark. And I really want a copy of that first edition.
I've seen it's very easy to get. I just need to get a copy in my collection. It's funny that Lords of Waterdeep is what got me like into gaming, and I had no knowledge of Dungeons and Dragons whatsoever. But because of Lords of Waterdeep, I had heard of Underdark and I wanted to play Tyrants of the Underdark. I'm like, what? Territory control and deck building? I have to play this. And do you realize, Tim, that we played Ankh, Tyrants, and Lords of Vegas in that same weekend? And all three of those are on this list, dude. So
I'm gonna tell you, Mike, like we were already like well on our way to becoming good friends, but that game weekend like really solidified things
right?
and locked it in because there were so many games that you and I played specifically that I just feel like we had really good experiences with. I will speak for myself, I guess, and assume that, but I just uh sometimes you just hit this sweet spot, right? And I feel like you and I really hit a sweet spot that weekend, and we were just banging out game after game that were all really good.
Oh my gosh,
and super fun.
That's how Saturday felt. I got 10 plays in on Saturday. We banged out a lot of games on Saturday. It was awesome. But I feel like, man, I can't wait for Julia Con next month. Oh my gosh.
I know it. Well, I'll talk about this when we're done with our list. I'll talk about some of the stuff I played at your house that I thought was great.
Oh yeah.
But let's hear your number one, and then we'll get into some honorable mentions.
All right, go ahead and cross off your bingo sheet. My favorite territory control games are designed by Eric Lang. And the thing is, I have two of them in my top 10. There's one I talk about a lot, but the one I don't talk about as much is still incredible. And when he told me that he has been playing Blood Rage more than any other game lately, I'm like, I need to play Blood Rage again because that game is amazing. That was it was the start of that incredible trilogy that included Rising Sun. All of them are great, totally viable games. Blood Rage, I believe, has a lot more variability than Ankh does, however, now that I've played Ankh more. Ankh has a static board of upgrades that you choose from, whereas Blood Rage has a hand of cards that you draw from, and it can be slightly different every game. So you don't know, you can't choose the same strategy every time in Blood Rage. It really just depends what cards you get drawn. And I love that draft. I do admit that the weakness of Blood Rage is getting new players to not get crushed, and that is why I highly recommend, especially if you have players that aren't dilly-dallying, you can play this in 90 minutes or less, even 3 or 4 players. I highly recommend drafting games, even sometimes simple drafting games. It's sometimes hard to see how cards interact with each other. And so some drafting games can be harder for new players, regardless how many games you've played. Then you just play one round, play the game again. I love Blood Rage so much. And the variability of the card draft keeps it very fresh for me. I enjoy it almost as much, maybe more. It's probably going to be a debate I'll have for I don't know how long each time I play them. But Ankh and Blood Rage are like 1A, 1B for me. I could take either one and I'd be super content. They're both awesome, but I chose Blood Rage this time because I've played a lot of that one too. Yeah. Yeah, I mean you learn how to see those interactions in the cards, and yeah, that learning curve keeps you coming back to it. That is a very good point.
Yeah, but it can also make people never want to play it again.
Yeah, it's you just have to again, I feel like you have to allow people to play around, and that's all you need to see some of those interactions.
I own Tikal, but I've never played it, Chris. I'd love to play that
I've never
game.
played Tikal. Me too. It's been sitting in our studio since the first day I stepped in there. Age of Empires. We're gonna go ahead and check your bingo list. Friend of the show, Glenn Drover tossed in there another one.
Baby.
I really thought Tim would sneak that one in.
I forgot about it. I forgot about one of my top 5 favorite games of all time.
Tim, that is really why I think this BGG category is so huge. I saw it in there. I'm like, oh yeah, Tim's got to mention this one, right?
Oh my God, I forgot about it. I love that damn game so much.
That's a good one for sure. Man, I still have never played Twilight Struggle. I would
Me neither.
love to, of course. I bet Bob would like that one too. He loves the war themes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's played it. I've never heard him talk about it.
And I've never heard of this one there.
Interesting. Speaking of honorable mentions, now that you've heard all of ours.
Not all of mine. I got a bunch.
Well, no, you've heard our 5.
Oh,
You've heard
I
our
see what you're
5.
saying.
Yes. So I got a bunch. Tim, go ahead.
Oh, here we go. We got Blood Rage, Ankh, Wonderland War, or Kyle's top 3. Nice job, Kyle.
Welcome, Kyle. That's a great pick. I love all of those games, man. Like all of those are in my top 6 or 7. I could, man, any of those I could play them anytime, any day. Just right over here. Join me. They're awesome. All of those great picks.
I do not even know how to pronounce that word. Bob asked for which one that was. If that's the one, or was he asking about Twilight Struggle? I don't know. But anyways,
yeah, Bob, Twilight Struggle. Yes. Have you played that? I feel like if you haven't, you should.
Everybody misses another great Eric Lang game in the quadrilogy of area control Eric Lang games. There's Chaos in the Old World. That's really good. Cthulhu Wars is better. I know people disagree with me on that, but you know what? Pound sand. Cthulhu Wars is better. Chaos in the Old World is great. Cthulhu Wars is the greatest. But I also am a big fan of Blood Rage, Rising Sun, and of course Ankh. I think they're all great. And see, look at that. Look at that. I knew Chris. I was trolling Chris.
Kyle, I don't recall seeing you in our chat, but once again, just like hitting him out of the park. I was waiting for Tim. I was waiting for Tim to stop talking just so I could mention Godfather. So yeah, Godfather's awesome.
So
seriously, dude.
We're going Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy trilogy rules now, where they keep calling it a trilogy, even though there's like 5 books. And so we will now say the Godfather, Chaos in the Old World, the Godfather, Blood Rage, Rising Sun, and Ankh, the Eric Lang trilogy. So good. They're all great. They're all bangers. All those games.
He's the master of the territory control hybrid games. They're all awesome. Worker placement, territory control. Love it.
Somebody said in the chat earlier, one of my all-time favorite territory call Hate in a Box, and that is Tammany Hall. Tammany Hall is so good, so much fun. I enjoy the historical theme of it, and I just think it's fantastic. I just recently if I get a chance to play it more, it would be on my list, but I've only played it once, and that is God Tier. I think God Tier was really good, really neat. It will be very easy to teach, so I can't wait to get that to the table and do some stuff with it. I'm going to say the last one that I know is not on Mike's list, so then I can cross over and step on one that's on Mike's honorable mention. But again, Court of the Dead Mourner's Call is a freaking-tastic territory control area majority game. Yeah, thank you. Do not sleep on that game. If you can find one out in the wild, that is an awesome game. If anybody ever wants to play that game, let me know. I will play it. I will teach you how to play it. I will play it, and you will probably win, and I don't care. Because I just have such a good time sitting down at the table and playing that game. And then the last one, which will then segue into Mike's honorable mentions, because I know if this isn't on his list, then he is grounded from the couch and has to move back over to the poker table. And that is Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea by Gameland Games.
Of course.
Come on, man. I knew you were safe on that couch. Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea is true 4X, really great. Again, asymmetric player powers. It's super fun, lots of interesting choices, and just really cool things you can do. And with all the different factions and the variability in there and the way the factions interact, there's tons of replayability. I just think it is. It's so good. I think it's so good.
I originally had Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea on this list, but when I decided to add Wonderland's War,
Oh,
it
sure.
got booted out. But this is the best 4X game that I've played so far. It's great.
It's really good. It's really good, man. And even the tumultuous experience you had with your first play, it's still that game still had some stand up and amazing moments. And even the Rocky part is still sort of a fun story to tell now, anyways. So, and a running joke. And
All
so,
right.
so any game that we still talk about like a year later, and reference that exact experience, that game was either so bad that it's burned into your memory, or you had such an awesome time playing it, you'll never forget it. I mean,
Yeah, it's we definitely have one of those stories of our game.
but
Yeah,
all it
it's
did
really
is
good.
make
I
you want
can't.
to play it more.
Oh my gosh, I know. And talk about replayability. Oh my god.
Mm,
So there's so much. There's so many factions to choose from. It's ridiculous.
I love it.
Uh, well, yeah, you sometimes can't reach the center of the table on that one either.
Yeah,
There's
I'm
a
a
lot
short
of
guy.
stuff.
Papa Soup, Brett over here, his six Game of Thrones, 5 is Kemet,
Oh yeah.
4 is Root, 3 is Smash Up, 2 is oh wait, I was trying to do them different. Oh, 6 bonus up and coming. Oh, Northgard.
I
So
will.
Northgard, Game of Thrones, Kemet, Root. I love Kemet, Smash Up, and
There you
Scythe.
go.
Man, Brett and I might have played Kemet together back at the old open game night days at Fantasy. Correct me if I'm wrong there, Brett, but
I
man.
have, speaking of my honorable mentions, I did mention Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea. I did see that TJ and others have mentioned Scythe, and Brett as well. It's definitely one of mine. I talk about it a lot. It's one of my favorite games. I actually played it this weekend and got destroyed because I had to use blue. I forget what they're called. Because I don't like that faction and I played them terribly. And I didn't even river walk once, and that's their special ability. That's how great I played. But I do love Scythe. Um, Tyrants was one of mine as well. Kemet was also one of mine. That was the first game I played that was like one of the first that was 100% just territory control. That was like the
Mhm.
entire game with really cool card mechanics that you play similar to Scythe, actually, or a Blood Rage, even. Like
Mhm.
all of those games really took influences from Kemet, if we're being honest. Seriously,
Oh,
Kemet
Kemet's so good.
is Kemet's really good, and it really just has a tech tree in the movement and territory control and action selection. So yeah, it was the first one of its type that then turned into stuff like Blood Rage and Scythe. But Kemet's really good. I still have not played my Ta Seti expansion, and I have not played the Blood and Sand new version stuff. Um, One of the other first 100% territory control games I played that I really liked was Nexus Ops. It
Mm.
started as an Avalon Hill game, then later got reprinted by Fantasy Flight, and it's a dice chucking, control territories to get resources and use those resources to buy more troops, more powerful things that can fly across the map. And most of your points come from winning battles. So you were encouraged to be aggressive, very straightforward, awesome, and very also dated. Well, not in a bad way, but an older game, Nexus Ops. Um,
You know
then I
one?
want
Oh,
to.
go on, go on, go on, and
Well,
then
well,
I'll do mine.
well, I do have a couple more to mention. One I want to highlight that is not released that you guys should keep an eye out on is from Wes Todd and the Goggin brothers. That's
Oh,
Claw. Claw, I've played it at Gen Con. I
clap.
played it on Tabletop Simulator. Guys, they're working on a really unique semi co op, very aggressive, very mean. Take that with card drafting, territory control game. I think if you guys are here for this list, you need to check out Claw when it's more available. You can even come back to the board game rundown to get some more content on it. because they've added some things since the last time I've
Mhm.
played it. I wanted to give those guys a shout out because they are working on something really cool. I've never played anything quite like Claw. I wanted to give it some love here. So go ahead, Tim.
No, 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 no. That's an awesome one. I haven't got to play it yet, but the good thing is I'm just gonna see it in its purest form by the time I get to it. And I'm really excited. And also you just I mean, listen, Mike and I are we especially when we love the people that are making amazing things, like we really want to shout them out, and the team behind, like the team that is Braincast Games. We love those people. It's just like when we talk about Third World Studios and all of them, right? We love Corey and Donnie and Mike and all those people. So yeah, I cannot wait to play Claw. I'm very excited about it. I love that artwork. I think that artwork is stellar. And that board design looks great. But anyways, my the one that could have been on my list if I could get it off my shelf of shame, because I only played this game, like half of this game, one time, and we were struggling a little with the rules. It was at an open game night. We were pressed for time, so we didn't get to finish it. But that is Cry Havoc from 2016.
Oh, I still haven't played that.
I have it over here. So
Good one.
it's directly behind me. Right
Nice.
there.
Good one.
And I love the idea and the theme and everything, but still I've never officially played it. Looks amazing. The Claw.
No, David, it quotes liar, liar. The Claw. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got Tikal. I've played Mexico once, thought it was great. David, I don't think I have the expansion for Cry Havoc. I think I just have the base game. Is the expansion something I should be looking for? I wonder. No wrong answers.
I have another good honorable mention. I know Tim's played it. I played it with Bob.
Oh.
It's a 2v2 deck builder. Ascension Tactics, Tim.
Oh,
That game's
dude.
awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that one's good.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Check that box on your bingo card. I got a Matthew Ryan appearance.
Wait, was that on the bingo card?
No, it wasn't. Stay tuned.
Okay.
3 weeks from now.
Stay tuned. Hey man, his little small box set is coming soon. And you guys, we'll be talking about it because we won't shut up when it comes out. But man, I'm really excited for Sirens. Really excited for Sirens. And then Defrag and 16 Candies, right? I think I got them all.
It looks like that Sirens app is ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah. You need to be watching for NV board games, man.
What else?
They're coming.
Ooh. So one thing about Ascension Tactics that I thought it gave me a little bit of a MOBA feel, which is that multiple online battle arena.
Oh, right.
Which is like League of Legends or Dota 2, or a game you and I both backed, which is Guardians of Atlantis, Tim. I can't wait to check that out.
Michael.
He's all in. Just got the base so that I can use Tim's expansion factions, but I know a certain Trevor in this chat will be mighty excited to hear that as an honorable mention, and we haven't even played it yet.
I know. All in. I think you're really going to like God's Tier. I think it's going to give you the same vibe. And nice. I want to know if you're lurking like a merkin, could you get in trouble for that?
Well, only if you were getting a jerkin. But
okay, I'm gonna move on.
Mike steps over the line.
There we go.
But no, Tim, those lane battlers, like Ascension Tactics kind of is like, hey, go over here and control this to get, Guardians of Atlantis is going to kind of have that same lane battle feel, but you're also going to have AI to take out that levels you up and gives you better battle cards. Oh, I can't wait.
Space Lion is another one with like some lane battling that I'm really excited to play, but I haven't seen it yet. That's going to be from Solus Games. Andrew got to play it. I had to do an interview when they came to the booth, but I really wanted to play Space Lion, but Andrew got to do it. I need to watch that video. I got two more real fast. Forbidden Stars, of course. I
Oh,
can't talk about
yeah.
my hipster list if I don't bring up Forbidden Stars from Fantasy Flight, famously out of print. And I have a copy, which I will keep rubbing in everybody's face. And you know, it's a really good territory control game, but it's just one aspect of that game that's still really good.
Hmm. What's
Tapestry.
that?
Tapestry
You
has
saw
a
it on here, didn't you?
no,
There.
no, 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 no. It's written. It's written. Look at that.
Uh,
Forbidden Stars and Tapestry. Right there.
Wait, was Forbidden Stars at the top of this thing?
Oh, it better not have been. I'll be so mad.
That'd be funny. No, Tyrants was. You snuck it in then.
Oh,
Dude, I was
beyond
just scrolling through
this.
the list because, right, I don't see where that's territory control other than the little mini ship game that you're playing. That is, but that's it. That just isn't enough to, I don't know. It's in there.
Look at
But
Evan.
again,
He's already ahead of your. You're trying to dismiss the.
what the Beyond the Sun? I just started scrolling through this because I felt like it would have pulled out a lot more honorable mentions. Like all of these games.
Andrew, what is the fan made expansion for Forbidden Stars? And don't tell me it's one your kid made, because then I definitely don't have it, but I want to play
Does it have an infinite playtime?
it. Like Monopoly.
See, smartphone was in there. I just did not think of it. I love that game, man. Top 10 for me still. Clash of Cultures. Gosh, I've had that on my shelf of shame for years.
I'm gonna get that game eventually. I'm getting that game eventually. Here's the
I've
thing.
seen the Monumental cheap too.
Here's the thing, Mike. In a week and a half, I'm gonna work a tailgate that I'm gonna make some very good money at, and that's the reason why I can't be at QSCon. And I've got it's like what I usually do with that money is I usually buy a bunch of big board games that I've been wanting for a long time and then can't get. But what I'm thinking about doing this time is instead buying a PS5 because I make that much money doing it. And it's
Get
like,
a
so do I get
gaming
PS5
PC instead?
Oh.
Then play BGA on it.
Yeah, but if I get a gaming PC, it'll cost twice as much. And
I'll
then
get a laptop like I did. It was barely more than a PS5.
I don't know, man.
I do want to say Deus is one I considered. I don't see why. Once you control the territory, nobody can take it away from you. So there's no like
but
direct.
Are you playing Deus if you're not playing with the Rock Me expansion?
I'm gonna play it with the Rock Me expansion because I'm a Deus. You're welcome.
Yeah.
The Great Wall pass unless it's at Black Rose Wars. See, Tim, I'm telling you, dude. I've been wanting to play Argent the Consortium for I don't know how long.
I was worried that Black Rose Wars, I was like wrong about it, but I'm glad I was right. I was like,
Archipelago would be my. Sorry, I keep scrolling and there's so many good ones. Can't believe Dead Reckoning has gotten so high. It's a 528 now. I love John DeClaire games. Last time I saw Mr. Chris Charwood at a Meeple event, he was teaching Caleb that one.
Oh, and then then he's like, "Oh, did you like that game? Because it's terrible." I'm just kidding. Chris is a good dude. Chris is a good dude. I like to give him a hard time because
he likes to give us a hard time on the chat, but he is a good dude.
Exactly. That's the thing. He can take it.
There you go. There's Nexus Ops. I don't know if you ever got to play this one.
I never did.
It's just dice chucking. And as somebody mentioned, there is a version that's glow in the dark.
Oh,
yeah, the minis are glow in the dark. It has pretty cool minis too.
Ooh, yeah. I've got glow in the dark, great old ones for my Cthulhu Wars.
What? Well, check out your bingo card. We've got a Steffenfeld mention. I was definitely not considering Acrosphere territory control.
Oh, I guess it is. Here's the thing, though, is I feel like you're now pushing it. You're like, well, what can I go through BGG so that it can make me mention a game?
Nobody has a bingo, Tim. I'm trying to help out here. You haven't buffered once. You know, I mean, you
Make
haven't
them wait
gotten
till
kicked.
make them wait till next week for that bingo. They'll
It's
be
still
fine.
only 9:40 when we're all the way through our honorable mentions. I got 15 minutes for that one. I'm trying to give people a shot
All
at
right,
these
Mike.
bingo cards.
Get that off the screen. Let's talk about two things real quick.
Okay.
Two things real quick,
Uh,
and then we can do
we
something
love
else.
territory control games. They're all great. It's an awesome mechanic. They're some of our favorite games. I'm glad we got to talk about them.
Absolutely, absolutely, Mike. Thank you for letting me pick the topic. I thought it was awesome. I'm very excited, and I
Of course.
I could have done a completely different top five depending on the night of the week. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
um,
Exactly. All these games are awesome. And it's, it's always more fun when we are able to pick topics that we both enjoy, which, we pretty much always do anyway. So,
right? Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Oh, I've got Cave Troll somewhere. Uh, in an old faded
oh,
box. Anyways, so two things real fast. One, Mike, we're gonna be somewhere at the end of this month, aren't we? Board Game Rundown making an appearance. You talk about
yeah.
needing to do more conventions.
Yeah, Board Game Rundown is going to be at the Tabletop Adventure Game Fest in little old Warsaw, Indiana. That is on September 30th. That's the last Saturday of the month. This is a small town convention being hosted in a middle school. We saw an opportunity to go there and do whatever we kind of wanted and
Hell
record it
yeah.
and just have fun and play some games with people. So that's where we're going to be. It is for a good cause. The proceeds of that event do go to the middle school. It also goes to a couple different funds that have to do with mental health and getting people therapy that are in rough situations, especially youth. So, I mean, anything to support that kind of stuff while playing games. Why not? If you're going to be in Indiana around that time, come see us, guys. We will have a and we'll be giving away some games. I'm sure we'll be playing, probably some Heat, maybe some, maybe other games, but probably just Heat. No, just kidding. Probably just me and Bob playing Sky Team while Tim is figuring out something else to do.
I'll play Happy Salmon with all the people that want to have fun. No, I'm just kidding. Sky Team is super fun. I'm not trying to dig on Sky Team. Actually, that's a
Did you
great game.
finally get to play it?
Yeah, Bob brought it over and taught Dan and I how to play.
Nice.
And even Dan had fun, which was weird. I was like, Dan, are you smiling? That's unusual. But man, I've got old school Cyclades. I didn't back the new one. I kind of wish I would have. Slappy Salmon. Yeah, Evan, I love Happy Salmon. It's stupid fun. I am 1,000,000% bringing that because guess what? Some kids are gonna walk by. I'm gonna be like, let's play Happy Salmon, and we're all gonna have a great time. We're gonna get rowdy.
Wow. I feel
It'll
like
be super
somehow
fun.
this is suddenly turning into an Adam Sandler movie where he starts out as a professional hockey player, but then turns into a professional sport fisherman.
Mm,
Slappy
sure,
salmon.
Slappy Salmon. But no, yeah, if you are going to be or have the ability or even the interest to come down to Warsaw or up to Warsaw, depending on your uh, 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 orientation where you're at, I would say swing by, hang out with us, play some games, throw some money at a good cause, get some free games, and hang out, do things, man.
Yeah, they got raffles.
Don't let us being there stop you from showing up.
Oh wow. Well, go ahead and check off self-deprecation
Oh
on
dang!
your bingo card.
I didn't even mean to do it, Mike. I swear, I didn't even think about that.
No.
You know what's funny is you put that on there. I'm like, we don't do that. And we just literally, I
No,
just
not
did it.
even thinking about it. I love that happened.
Oh God. So yeah, come on out, come on down. Come on down.
Oh
Chris
man.
is still going through his list. Dominant species.
There's so many. Dude, there's so many.
Oh, so David, leftover games for Gen Con. We're gonna do videos on those this weekend, I promise. We got sidetracked last 2 weeks because we had some stuff going. Oh, actually, I wasn't there on Sunday because Clark had some Cub Scout stuff that I was doing with him. But no, we
Yeah,
will
it gets a little weird. Like Gen Con, the con season with Origins and Gen Con happens, and like it's like this huge rush, and all these games flood in, and then the fall happens, and it sort of slows down a little bit as far as getting groups together to play games. But yeah, it's cyclical. Everything is cyclical.
Yeah, time is a flat circle, man. Um, but yeah, no, but yeah, come down to that if you can. If that's something that sounds cool, I would say join us in Warsaw. Check it out. We're giving away a bunch of free stuff. I got a stack of games that I'm gonna give away at the booth over there.
Same.
And it's just to be nice. I mean, even if you're not, oh, I hate that game. What you know what? You got a free game. Like we kind of had that philosophy at Gen Con when we were talking. I think somebody brought up like, oh, well, what happens if they spin the prize wheel and they get a game they don't like? It's like, I don't know. You want a free game? What do you want?
Yeah, sorry
You
about
know?
spreading happiness.
Right.
What do you want
Right.
from me?
Give it to your buddy. Trade it,
Yeah,
sell it. I
trade
don't
it for
care.
something you want.
Yeah, I do not care. Do something fun with it. But we are going to make a video giving away the games. Yeah, that is a
Yep,
thing
we
that's
got some of
happening.
those coming for sure.
I'm going to redraw the Castles of Burgundy winner, but I'm not going to make a video for it because that person is yet to still claim their game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to redraw, comment. I'm going to comment on their comment, like on who won, and try to get their attention. And then, so yeah, Castles of Burgundy still sitting out there. I know, Evan, we're the worst.
I did not know that. Wow.
And
Let me go ahead and give me a couple seconds, guys. I got to make a comment on a YouTube video. Hold on.
no doubt. Hey, Mike, let me tell you something that was just really cool and amazing. And it just made me so happy. Is the guy who won Frosthaven was so excited, right? I get this email, like it's all in caps. Oh my God, I can't believe I won. And then I was like, cool, man, here, we'll send it to you. Let me know when you get it. And then so he gets the game and he's like, it just arrived. I'm so excited. Thank you so much. And I'm like, awesome. Let me know how it goes when you play it. And then just like late last week, he sent an email and he's like, me and some other guys who are, have kids and it's hard for us to get together and we're playing this game. We started playing Frosthaven. We're all excited. And he's just going on about like all the things he's excited for. And it's so, what an awesome experience that we as a group even got to facilitate that level of joy for like another human being. I just love it. I love that we were able to do that happened and that they're so excited and so happy. They got this massive game and like they get to play, they get to, they get to bond with their friends and have these great stories to tell. It's so, I love it. I love it. It feels so good. It's like all the warm fuzzies, in there, like those things. I'm just so happy that we got to do that. And so Castles of Burgundy, we're going to do it again. Hey, Bobby loves Hansa Teutonica and apparently.
So let's go ahead and mark off officially Mike forgot something. Because one of my honorable mentions was going to be Lords of Hellas, which is why I planted Lords of Ragnarok behind me. Lords of Hellas is awesome. I played it one time. It was the first time I got to game at Spencer's house. Actually, the only time.
That might have been the last time I gamed at Spencer's house.
I know, right? It was like the beginning and end of an era at the same time. We never knew how important that event would be. But I have not really touched it much. I thought Spencer was going to try to learn it. But then there's this other white Awakened Realms box. That is Burgundy. The cruelty of me waiting for my Burgundy for months, ladies and gentlemen. And to be surprised when my neighbors sent me a picture one day into my 2-week trip into Alaska. Castles of Burgundy was delivered. I have not unboxed it. I'd like to get some feedback on whether 2 months after people have received their pledge, if people would even still be interested in me unboxing it. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I actually have a BGA going BGA game of castles going with this guy right now and another guy in this chat. I love this game, and I've been waiting forever. I did not go all in, so you may notice that that box is not as big as the one you saw in our giveaway. That other one is like that much taller. But I thought minis for every single dang building was excessive. I already have the game. I still got way more than what I have now. So let me know if you want to see me unbox it. It would probably be a solo video because, well, I'm the only one that's played it. But we're going to fix that when it gets reviewed. Thank you for reminding me.
You should use that new top down. Oh, you haven't gotten the top down yet.
Yeah.
You should get the top down.
I thought about getting it specifically for that. I still think I'd rather do it in studio because I can have like 4 shots as opposed to 2.
Oh,
you know?
sure.
But yeah. But yeah, 2 big old Awakened Realms box just sitting behind me. That was planned in.
So clearly, Mike, you should only unbox Cobb if you plan to play it. Video is a different question.
Oh.
And no, don't do the video. Okay.
I definitely plan to play it. I mean,
I
think what he's saying is live play it. I need to teach it to you guys and play it in the studio is what they're saying. Got it. Live.
Really? Is that what is that what?
No, I don't know. I'm just trying to find an excuse to play it. That's all.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool. So the other thing that I thought we should talk about is some games we have played recently. Because I've got a couple that I played recently that I thought were excellent. And I don't know if enough people know about at least 2 of them in particular that are just great. And one is out and one is coming out very soon. And I think one will get overlooked because of the style of game, and the other one will get overlooked because I just don't think enough people are familiar with the production company. So Bobby called it out. Bobby called it out in the chat already.
Yep, I see it now.
But Mayday Games, Ahoy Kitten. Oh my!
Yeah,
this dumb little game is so much fun. Really, really fun. It was fun to teach. It was fun playing. And teaching some people that I've never met before. Like, what a great icebreaker to get in and play this very, very straightforward game. And basically what it is you have, let's say you've got 4 players. So you have 1 tile fewer than the players out on the board. And then you're going to populate that tile with fish. Okay. And then you are going to, did you find it? Is that it? Yep, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then what you're going to do is everybody's going to basically hold a finger up, count to 3, and you're going to point to a tile with fish on it. If you are the only person pointing at that tile, you get all the fish on that tile. If anybody else is pointing the same place you are, you get nothing, Lebowski. Nothing. Then those fish go on your tile in front of you, which then means people can point at your tile and take your fish. Unless, instead of you pointing somewhere, you cover up your tile. And then you bank your fish. They're safe and can't be stolen. And then at the end of the game, you're going to go and basically till all the fish are drawn out of the bag and placed on the tile. And then they're going to go set. So there's like red or blue and what's the other color fish? Yellow, orange,
white.
Yeah.
Yellow.
No, that's so red, blue, yellow, and orange or yellow. You get points for each set of 3 that you have, and then there are these white fish that are kind of clear. They are worth 2 points. They don't go into a set, and then any danglers that you have that don't fit into a set are worth 1 point. And that game is so much fun. It's like this weird combination of like cash and guns and rock paper scissors. You know what I mean? Because you're trying to game where they're going. You're trying to point. I think
Bob sums it up here. It's way more fun than you think it should be. It sounded dumb, and then we played it. I'm like, this is a blast.
I'm
playing
telling
it 2
you.
times in a row, and everybody was like, "Yeah, we're definitely playing this again."
Yeah, I'm telling you, this game was so much fun. It's so light and frivolous. The art is really nice. The components are really good. It's Mayday Games. This game, we haven't done a video for it yet, but we got a review copy. I asked for a review copy because I always like these kind of games, because even if it's not like the best game ever, I can get that style of game played pretty easy. But then we played it, and I'm like, holy shit, this is even better
It's
than
just fun to
it's.
play.
Yeah, yeah, with the right group. I mean, you don't even have to. I shouldn't even say with the right group. Like people not taking themselves too serious. You have a great time with it, and really good. Don't sleep on it.
Ooh,
It's coming.
wow, we were once again close to a boot and a buffer,
Ooh,
and we still not have officially had either, Tim. Good recovery, very good recovery. Hoy Kitten was a blast, dude. Like just like point at a tile, and if two people are pointing at it, you get nothing. That's such a cool mechanic. It's really fun to play.
yeah, really good. I don't know that I rate games any better or worse with or without alcohol. Usually when I'm
I
playing
think we
when I'm
should.
Well, usually when I'm playing games, I don't like to drink that much because I want to really uh be able to like focus and pay attention there. You know what I mean? Like so I can't get like too.
No, there's a fine line between getting so buzzed that you can't, yeah, you ruin the enjoyment of certain games. No, I agree with Bob and Edward. Mission Red Planet's a really good one. I've got that over on my shelf over here and just
Is
haven't
that
played it in
a
a while. That's
gosh?
a
Oh, is that a Martin Wallace?
Bowser.
No,
No,
Antoine
that's
Bauza.
yeah.
I think I played that and I thought I liked it. If that's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that's a good one. It was um Cathala. Sorry, I get Bowser and Cathala
Oh, Bruno
confused a lot.
Cathala.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's a really good one too. It's been a while since I played it, or it would have made my honorable mentions too. But I really like this one as well, and it plays great at 6. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It's got programming, which is cool. You're trying to get as many guys into these territories as you can, and then program these ships to so that they can fly up, and that's where you score your points. Yeah, really solid game. Good mention.
Another one I want to talk about real quick that I thought was really good. Mike, you haven't played this yet, but Bob and Spencer and I had an absolute blast playing the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre game from Trick or Treat.
Ah, yeah.
Man, it is super fun and really intense and hard. It's like bag building in the worst way, Mike, because what you're doing is you are you're trying to find like gasoline and keys for your van. So you got to go out and like the board, all the spaces on the board have these face down tokens. So you can't see, you don't know what they are, right? So you got to go out and flip over the token. And if it's not the keys or the gas, that token basically goes in the bag. And then for you to get extra actions, you need to draw from the bag. But the problem is there's all these Leatherface tokens in the bag. And every time you draw a Leatherface token, he starts moving towards you and getting closer and closer and chasing you around the board. Then you can draw, and then the Slaughter family, you're drawing their token. So maybe the hitchhiker comes out or the butcher or grandpa. And so like there's just like all these fun things you've got to do, and you can ramp up the difficulty. So we thought that we played the game. I was like, oh, that's fine. Let's but it felt a little easy. Well, then we saw that they have this like slaughter mode in the back of the book to make it more interesting. And in that mode, every time you draw a Leatherface token out of the bag, you have to draw again. So, because normally you could just kind of go, well, I'm going to stop drawing because if I draw another token that's bad for us, it could be real bad for us. And, but then that just amped it up even more. And the game's just really fun. And yeah, the bag looks like it's made up of sewn up skin. Um,
Tim, I'm gonna need you to do me a favor. Also, Bob, shut up and just teach me this game
yeah,
ASAP.
no
If we
doubt.
don't play it by JuliaCon, We're playing it at JuliaCon. That's literally a week before Halloween. If we don't play it by then, I'm slapping both of you across the face.
This game was really good. It was really fun. I really like it. I have
wait.
not played the Funko Spin Master version or whatever, Prospero Hall, whoever made the other one. I haven't even seen it, to be honest. But the Trick or Treat one is damn good. I went over to the Trick or Treat Studios to try to buy one, and they gave me one for review, which I was not going to turn down. But I went over there to buy it anyways, and then that game did not disappoint. The review video is coming out really soon. What's really funny is that of all people, Mike, do you know who wanted to do the tutorial video for that? Like volunteered because they really were excited.
I know Spencer made a script for it.
Spencer of all people was so.
It's awesome.
Sorry, Jazz. Spencer was so jazzed to do the how to play for that. He was so excited. I couldn't tell him no. I was like, no, that's a great idea. Let's do it. So that video is going to be dropping really soon. Spoiler alert, we all gave it a pretty good rating. But we had a lot of fun with it. And for me, being an old school horror movie fan, I mean, I was literally just earlier today watching Critters, not near as good a horror movie, but a fun horror movie. Like I love horror movies. And so when I get a good board game that really captures the theme and is fun, intense, and kind of exciting. And I even went back and watched the Chainsaw because I hadn't watched it in years. And there was like things I was catching, and it's like, yeah. And I try to tell people, like, if you haven't seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre now, or like up until now, it might feel a little like homework. But the thing is if you go and you watch that movie, look at all of the things that movie inspired. Like all the horror movie tropes that you've now seen a million times was done for the first time by Tobe Hooper and a group of friends down in Texas in the 70s. Oh boy. Like Coach Mike.
Yes. So let me just go ahead and call this now. Bob, unfortunately, I can't make it to Rival Saturday. It is Bob's birthday Saturday. He planned Meeple that day, and I have to go to a birthday party that day. And
he has to go to a birthday party that's not Bob's.
It's not Bob's. So what needs to happen is when I get back from Valpo and Meeple is over, me, Tim, and Bob got to meet up for some board gaming for Bob's birthday. If it's Halloween, that would be great. Or, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is what I meant.
I mean, listen, when that Halloween game comes out, I'm all over that too. Because that one is designed by Emerson Matsuuchi. Did you know that?
Right. Yes. Yeah. All of these horror themed games coming up are just like, they look awesome, but I definitely can't wait to play Texas Chainsaw, man. The bag building and co-op and everything. I can't wait. So, Bob, I'm calling it now. If sometime Saturday evening I can game with the two of you guys and we can play that or something else, let's just make it happen.
Yeah, I don't know if Bob's coming on Saturday night or not.
Well, I'm telling him now.
He should.
Brandon, there has not been a bingo. I'm actually looking at the bingo sheet now and trying to determine how close we are.
I mean, we've hit a lot of them. We have hit a lot. Oh yeah, Bob can't.
Bob's no good Saturday night. Bummer.
So what you need to do, Mike, is do what I'm gonna do and like swing over to Rivals at like 1:00, because it takes what, an hour and a half to get to Valpo. You gain an hour.
Yeah. It's at 3 Central. So
yes.
Good call.
So you swing in, you give Bobby a kiss, and then you get out of there.
I'll swing in. Bob teaches me Texas Chainsaw. I don't know if we'll have time, but I'll swing in. Yes, I'll just swing in. We'll play Sky Team real quick. Real time. Oh, yes.
Look at that. Mike showing some leg there.
Ask and you shall receive, sir.
I love that
Brandon
has also
also-
become a thing.
It's a thing, and Brandon is a recipient of one of our game giveaways, so which is awesome.
I
love that
forget
he
which one
comes
Brandon
back
got. Oh, did he get
after that.
Nightmare Productions? What did he get?
I can't remember.
Brandon,
It was
what
a
game
big
did you
one,
win?
though. Did he get the first Frosthaven?
No, I don't think so.
Were you Flamecraft? I'm sorry, Brandon. We're giving away a few, but we definitely remember you from a giveaway. Oh
You
man.
talking about this rockin' Notre Dame hoodie right here, Matthew? It is comfy. It's good. Oh, Brandon won Shadowgate. Right on.
Oh, that's right. Also from Trick or Treat Studios.
Yeah, it was.
Ooh.
Paul Dibs.
The truth comes out, and the truth shall set you free. The truth shall set you free.
Mega Depressed Man, you want to play Cthulhu Wars? Because I want to play Cthulhu Wars.
Mega Depressed Man wants to be more like Couch Mike. So
he does. He does.
I
So
also
he's like
want to
you.
play Cthulhu Wars, so we
Mhm.
share that desire.
Yeah, just so everybody, like, I'll give you a little show talk, right? So Saturday night, Mike and maybe Spencer are going to come over. We're going to play some kids table board games that we got for review, and then maybe one or two from Tabletop Tycoon, depending on time.
Well, Tim,
so-
which one are you ready to play though?
Oh, dude,
'Cause
fossils, power plants, those are all easy to like put right on the table and go.
I'm also ready for Smirk and Daggers Tesseract.
Dude, I want to play that game so bad. I want to play that game so
we
bad.
have some options. We have options.
We do. Maybe we'll get all three. We'll see what happens. Power plants and fossils won't take that long. So, Evan, yeah, they made some guys from Indianapolis actually made a Shadowgate board game based on the PC, the 2014, I think, PC version. But I played Shadowgate back in the day on NES. Shadowgate was super good. And yeah, I loved my Sega Genesis. Yeah, Mega Depressed Man. Cthulhu Wars, that was an investment. Thankfully, I've been able to justify it.
Well, yeah, he's got 3 Rubbermaids full of that game. Also, I want to point out that Mega Depressed Man might be depressed because his game never was featured on Sega Genesis. Go on.
No. But I did love me some Mega Man back in the day. I forget which one it was.
Oh yeah.
That had was it Mega Man 3? I think had actually all the villains were named after, or not the villains, but some of the characters were named after like Guns N' Roses band members. So
What?
Googling. Look it up. It's a thing. My Sega Genesis, what was that game? Oh, it was gosh, it was a fighting game. You could kill dudes by throwing them in the Eternal Champions. Oh, Eternal Champions. So good. I even had Sega CD for a minute. Not as good, but Eternal Champions was good on Sega CD. I'm going to switch over, I think, to my iPad because my phone just gave me the 20% or.
Ooh, check off that box on your bingo card.
What,
Tim's
phone? Tim's phone? Yeah.
Okay. So, Tim, I think it's very possible we are getting the closest to a bingo on the B column. That is because we might finish by 10:30. There was a Dan Hates 1 reference. Tim has to charge his phone. Tim's list becomes arbitrary, which is just an automatic, and I just tossed it in. But we need Tim to be wrong for the B column to officially be a bingo. So, if anybody has an opportunity to call out Tim being wrong, do so, and we've got a bingo. Oh no. Oh no, is he gonna get booted?
No, I'm still here. I'm just closing
Oh,
this one
oh,
out.
oh,
Closing this
oh.
one out slowly while I change over. Relax, relax.
He's closing it slowly. And now there's two Tims and an Echo.
I'm working on it. I'm working
He
on it.
needs to take his phone out of the stream.
I do. I'm trying to do it without
Oh,
ending.
Chris, I'm a big Rialto fan, sir. I know many other Feld fans don't put that game very highly. But I thought Rialto was ahead of its time. I love the territory control game in that game. I love the mash of mechanics in that. Yeah, really good pick. I love Rialto. Re-implemented in the City Series by New York City, and they charged $100 MSRP for it. I remember paying $18 for that game like 9 years ago, so I'm kind of bitter that they had to upcharge so much. But hey, what can you do? Good call though.
Yeah, that's what I get for rushing, Trevor. Tim Ott and Tim Bott.
Ooh, yeah. When are we gonna see more of these meerkats?
Yeah, I want to know. I'm here for the Meerkats.
Meerkat. Let's get a mashup: meerkats and wildwood. That's what the world needs. If you didn't catch my drift, that would be a Matthew Ryan and Evan Halbert mashup. Two worlds combined. Oh, we've officially got a Tim. Oh, we don't have a Tim Buffer. I was wrong.
No,
He.
but listen to this. Ever played Mega Man X5 and notice a trend in all the names of the bosses? They're named after Guns N' Roses members Axel the Red, Duff McWhalen, Izzy Glow, Grizzly a Slash. They're listen, dude. I told you it's a thing.
No, I looked it up and then I got sidetracked, so I guess you can mark Mike forgot something. I'm just laughing at the Kalahari Wildwood mashups. I love it. Oh, the crazy things that happen in our live chat. You guys make this fun.
They are the reason for the season.
Seriously. Tim, do you realize? Well, we got a couple months. We've almost been streaming for a year. That seems crazy.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. See, Brett backs me up here. Brett backs me up. I was so excited because I was like way into Mega Man when that one came out. And then when I saw the all the names, I was like, what? And I don't remember how I figured out, well, how I confirmed that it was on purpose. I don't remember how that happened, but I do remember just being like bananas over the fact that that game had Guns N' Roses references.
Nice. Oh, what is that?
Oh, is that me tapping on the table? I was getting a little excited. I apologize.
Oh, okay. No problem. That's if you hear anything, it's just me adding that Lords of Vegas to my cart.
Yes, do it. Do it.
I honestly have not seen that good of a deal on it with the up expansion, and
that's
I
an
don't know,
awesome
maybe
deal.
ever.
Matthew,
everything.
do you even need to ask? Of course, we do want a demo of it. We'll be happy to do it. I still owe you a video for Mind Your Business. So, but yes, we will. We would, if you send that our way, we will definitely prioritize that for you. Very excited. Mega off-topic question: have y'all had whiskey with a wood chip smoke added to it? No.
Yeah, so I've had some that are called double oaked, and I believe that's what that actually is.
Okay.
I have a Basil Hayden that is I believe it's called an oaked something. There's a Woodford double oaked that's supposed to be excellent. I've heard all of those are really, really good. The only one I've tried so far is Basil Hayden, and it's pretty solid. So I believe, yes, wood chip refers to what some companies call oaking or double oaking. There you go. Tune in next week for next week's bingo card, where Mike giving you a whiskey breakdown is.
Oh Lord.
That was the perfect response. Man.
So let's ask everybody real quick, and then Mike, we can figure out where we're going from there. But so next week, one of the things Mike and I talked about doing was playing a game on BGA and streaming it. Is that something you guys would like to see, or would you rather have like another top 5, or should we throw in a little, should we bring in a guest next week? What do you guys like? What do you want to see? And while you think about that, Diana, a little smoker where you can add smoke to your drink. Weird. Okay. Oh, Evan says play Castles of Burgundy versus him. You know what, Evan? I've never played Castles of Burgundy.
Oh.
I would hate to, for my first time, to be on BGA and just get absolutely skunked.
He's a shark, dude. I've played. I looked, and my Boy Did You, the old school site that I've used, and Evan and I talked about last week that we've used to play that game. I have like 90 plays on that, but I had a second account that I lost. I had to create a second one. The first one was well over 100, so I'm somewhere in like 200 online plays of that game. That dude's a shark, though. He's way better than me. I'm just a little minnow swimming in that water.
Did he crack your back when you played it? Like, did he beat you so bad he's a chiropractor?
That would be nice. It would certainly be nice to align my strategy with his.
Oh, I see what you did there. Yeah, TJ, I haven't played Barcelona yet.
No, another TJ recommendation. This guy always ends up sending me games that I end up liking, so I'm gonna have to check that one out. I've only heard good things, but yeah, we really want to get some BGA games going. Yeah, Dad Cairo jokes. You're welcome, Evan.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need to get Tim schooled up on Castles of Burgundy. Same with Bob, and then we can have some epic Burgundy showdowns. Assuming Tim's likes it and he's not bored like Dan is of the game, which still hurts my soul.
Well, it just tells me that's probably fun.
We'll see.
I don't know. I mean, that might be too long to stream. Also, Donnie doesn't want to come on the stream. Well, because Donnie doesn't think he's good on camera. Now, here's the thing: is if you know Donnie and you talk to Donnie, he's a great dude. How could he not be great on camera? But I also like to respect people's comfort zones and what they're willing to do.
Hey, we've also got people willing to play games with us that are in our live chat. So if you guys just want to join us on some of these BGA games, that would be really fun too. That's really something we're going to start doing more of. Tim's going to be using his iPad, but we'll still be using my screen share for those games anyway.
Listen, Donnie's the best on any. You're correct, Evan. Donnie is not only good; he's the best on any platform.
Yeah, we got a lot of options here. We even considered figuring out some just one for this. Like, I feel like we could easily get some group chat participation in a game like just one, and that's only 10 minutes.
Hansel's so hot right now.
I still really think a teach of Castles of Burgundy would be a good idea right now, man. I don't even need the book. I'll teach you that game right now.
There we go. See, we got Brett.
We have to figure out a game that all of us know. And for now, like Tim, we talked about For Sale. That's a 10 to 15 minute game.
Dude, I'll play. I will play For Sale in a heartbeat.
Love that game.
I do not care.
We played it this weekend. It was awesome.
We did.
I was so happy when I saw Paul had it with him.
Dude, let me just say real quick, your buddy Dustin was super cool. sat down, played Kittens Ahoy, no judgment, had a great time. Obviously, he had a great time because it's a great game. But this first time I met the guy, and was a great dude, really cool, and was glad that to finally get to meet him and everything. And then Paulie, Paul was super cool.
Paulie.
Loved him. Great dude.
Friend of Andrew's.
So
Teacher.
yeah, no, great dude. It's why I love going and meeting new people while playing board games, is because like you run into people you'd never meet, otherwise, outside of your normal circles. And yeah, screw you, Bob. Screw you.
Trevor, that's on week 2's bingo sheet. Good one. Very good one.
Paulie was talking about his Viking lineage.
Oh,
He
hey.
was having some pasta Pazul over here,
We're gonna have to pillage for some meatballs.
But no, we should figure out how to do this BGA thing with some people. Maybe we do a couple light games. We could bust through them, and then I don't mind learning. Honestly, if I'm playing with a group of people that really know what they're doing, and I'm gonna learn a game on like BGA, I don't care. People can watch me and see how bad I do. That's fine. I'll even be like, hey, everybody, what should my next move be? And let them tell me what to do. I don't care. Like, it's just a fun way to interact and do some stuff. There we go.
That's I just ate at Olive Garden last week for the first time in years. So that's a random restaurant.
See, we have an authentic Italian restaurant in South Bend that I grew up going
McCree's?
to. No. Get out of here. That I grew up going to. That has been around since the 50s. And I'm rarely, okay, I shouldn't say this. I was going to say I'm rarely a hipster about stuff. But like, it has ruined all other Italian restaurants for me. Like chain restaurants, I'm just such a turd. I'm like, ugh, I don't like this. Rocco's is my jam. That is, thank you, Mike. Got one, and I got another one over here for you. Rocco's is my jam. I grew up on Rocco's Italian. It's so good. It's right on my campus. It's the best.
I don't want to compete with you there, but honestly, between St. Joe County and Elkhart County, the amount of authentic Italian restaurants that also make incredible pizza, like, is endless. Just off the top of my hand, Bruno's, Volcano's, Vesuvios, Colombo's. Oh my gosh, it's not like we're in this huge city, but the amount of incredible Italian options here is, whoo, man.
Yeah.
I remember, like, when I travel, I'm like, am I going to have as good of a pizza as I can get back home? It's not likely. Honestly, it takes a lot to get to that level. We have great Italian here.
We got some good choices here. And let me just say, Matthew, so like my Rocco's, one of the reasons why I love Rocco's, they make their sauce. They start making their sauce in the morning. Like they make their sauce there in-house. Like they do all their stuff there in-house. Old school Italian way. My dad worked there when he was in college at Notre Dame. And so there has been a few times when I was younger that like my dad and I would make spaghetti from scratch. And like, he was like, we're going to do it the way I learned how to do it. We're not Italian. We're not Viking. We're not anywhere near there. We are Swedish and Irish. And that Swedish depends on where they draw the line through the Alps. So it can be German sometimes, and sometimes it's Swedish, depending on the year. I just love, you're right, Matt. Like, there's something to be said for homemade marinara that takes all damn day to make. You know, they're not wrong in Goodfellas, right? Or not? Yeah, it's in Goodfellas where he keeps telling his little brother or whatever to keep stirring the sauce. You know, you got to keep stirring the sauce. You got to keep stirring. You can't. It's gonna burn.
We have so many good ones here. There's Ruli's. There's an Antonio's that actually has an award-winning stuffed crust, a nationally award-winning stuffed crust here in Elkhart County, less than 5 minutes from my house. Da Vinci's. There's Milano's. There's so many here. They're all incredible. Enzo's. Oh my god.
There is a lot. Yeah, we had
There's a lot here.
We had Eduardo's for a little while.
Mancino's.
Yeah. Mancino's with those pizza grinders, dude. Oh my god.
Oh yes.
Oh my
great
god.
Pizza grinders, man.
So
there's a ton here.
Again, I just won't eat at Olive Garden. I just won't.
No, it was
sorry.
Only reason I did is because my mom picked it for her birthday. So
listen, you got to do that. I'm not going to hate on that. I'm sure your mom's a lovely lady, and if she wants Olive Garden, you're going to Olive Garden. Yeah, that's what it is. I won't hate on that.
What's the one that's over by Bob's house that I've picked up before that's also excellent? There's so many. That's Rossini's. Man, that one's good too. It's this little hole in the wall. They have some amazing pizza. And I mentioned McCree's. I think they're good, even though they may not be the most authentic. But there's a lot of good ones here. It's crazy.
Tim started a video series where your only goal is to get the lowest score possible when you play a game. Man, dude, I do that naturally.
Yeah, just let me play Rising Sun with you and give me an expansion faction.
You got it, dude.
I'll score like 12.
Got it. Yeah, so Bobby said it's Rossini's. That's by him.
Yeah.
Top 5 Italian restaurants. Yeah, that would be.
I mean, dude.
So regional.
I just gave you 10. There's so many here. It's insane.
So regional, but yeah.
Oh, we have a Portillo's here now. Even that's good. Their Italian beef is insane.
I do. It's not Giordano's. What was the? We had a place that did the Chicago deep dish style pizza around here for a while, and it's gone now. But oh my god, that was not Giordano's. Gianetto's. We had a Gianetto. Yeah. Gianetto's was so good. My wife and I, when we first started dating, would go to Gianetto's, and you just get this pizza that's this thick, and it takes like an hour to get it. Oh my god, it was so good. The best meal in Ghana, only Evan would go to Ghana to then eat Italian while he's probably singing in a rock band at night and cracking backs during the day. So do you think when Evan sets like your alignment, do you think you go from like neutral to like chaotic good or, lawful evil? Do you think that's the kind of alignments?
Oh, wow. I mean, I guess that depends if you watch his videos as ASMR to fall asleep. I don't know if that happens. But hey, another funny connection I will say is I went to Alaska and I found a lot of excellent Thai restaurants. Oh my gosh, dude, I had some great Thai while I was in Alaska. Authentic Thai. Very, very good. I was amazed at that combo. I don't know. He should, though. He does everything else.
He does do everything. He is a Renaissance man.
He needs to, dude. You know how many like self-made millionaire chiropractors there are that put their videos on YouTube? If that's not you, make it you. I'd sub like now. I'd sub yesterday.
For ASMR?
Yes.
Oh, you. Well, I'm not going to kink shame you.
I'm
good for you,
like
man.
That. I know, right? Illuminati's, right? Oh my gosh. Yeah. You only have to go over to LaPorte for that one. Which is not far. Man, there's a ton around here, I'm telling you. A lot to get to tell you.
I love it. I love it.
Well, Tim, we have 1 more minute to give people a shot at their bingo.
No, it's already 10:32.
Oh, that's right. I'm looking at my PC time, not my
You're looking
phone.
at the wrong
I
time.
lied. I lied.
You thought, yeah, we've already missed it, but that's okay. We can do. We're allowed to do only a 2.5 hour stream, Mike. We don't have to
That's
go for
correct.
4 hours.
That's true. We are allowed to do that. It's kind of
Um,
nice sometimes.
but
Sometimes.
I've got to say, man, like this is always so much fun. I freaking love this. So wait, so did everybody then say they want to do BGA next week?
There's a lot of calls for BGA in here.
Okay,
And
so we're
Tim,
gonna
we
have
have like our audience is bigger now than it's been all night. We can't like just say sayonara.
I mean, we were up to 29 earlier.
It's been a very good night.
It has been a good night. We
What
had a good
else?
list.
Wait, hold on. You talked about what you got played this weekend. You finally taught me Mask of the Red Death.
Oh yeah.
Dude. Yeah, this is a really interesting deduction game. And it sort of has some clue elements. You're not trying to figure out where something's going to be. Well, you want to know where something's going to be so that you can avoid it and stay away from it. But it's really hard to get perfect information. It is really hard to get perfect information. So at a certain point, you will have to guess, and you may catch yourself in the wrong spot, which could end up in your death and you not winning the game. And that whole concept of trying to find cards that'll tell you when your death is going to be for the final 5 rounds was very, very fun.
Oh my God, square one. Sorry, I just got sidetracked by Evan. No, yeah, Mask of the Red Death though. Jonathan, Ginger Scholar in the Discord, had been begging to play it. And I felt bad because when I showed up, like not a lot of people felt like they wanted to play or didn't seem like we were going to get it to play. And then I just kind of was like, you know what? Like, Jonathan really wants to play it. I'm just going to set this game up. I'm going to sit here and set this game up. And I told Jonathan, I was like, look, if we can get at least 2 other players, like, let's play. And then next thing I know, we have 4 or 5. I mean, there was at least 4 of us, maybe 5.
Dave and Paul played.
Dave, Paul, Jonathan, and me and you.
Yeah, Paul was
So
getting
5.
into it too.
And I feel like, it played pretty fast. It was a good time. I think we all had a good time with it. And yeah, I was really glad we were able to get that played. I'm glad I got it to the table again. I'm glad Jonathan liked it because he'd been asking to play it for so long, that we were able to get it tabled. He was able to play it, confirmed that he liked it, and I got to play a great game anyway. So it worked out. Everybody wins.
Let me throw this out there. A couple months ago, I played Search for the Planet X for the first time. And then I played Mask of the Red Death for the first time Saturday. I liked Mask of the Red Death way more. Way more.
Sure.
I feel like the challenge of getting perfect information makes it a lot more fun. There's kind of a press your luck there, sort of, where like you're trying to get the most points, but by playing cards that give you points, you get less information. So you're taking a chance that you survive to even allow you to score those points. I really liked how that worked out quite a bit.
What's up, man?
Hey.
So what else did you play at your house?
Well, before you showed up, we played Karen, which is Spencer's game.
Was it
we
fun?
Just played like one round of it.
Yeah.
It is kind of funny. Like it's sort of a judging game, but you're also trying to figure out what like the correct answer is. But you're also writing the goofiest answer you can to get other people to pick yours. So it's kind of a little bit of both fun, you know. I got a game of Scythe on Saturday, like I mentioned earlier. Yeah, Bob, not my favorite party game by any means. I'd play it again, but I wouldn't ask to play it. Uh, I taught the Grossman Sky team, so
Oh,
that was pretty cool. Me and Lindsay played it one round, and then her and Ben played it while I made more taco meat.
I
And
was
her
sad
and
that I missed
I,
them, but glad you made more taco meat because when I showed up, I ate a bunch of food even though I wasn't hungry, and I kept eating.
but yeah, getting another play of Sky Team's always good. Ahoy, kitten! Oh, how about Union Pacific? Hey,
Well, modified heavily.
I found an Alan Moon train game that I liked, and it's called a modified version of Union Pacific, which actually earlier, um, Andrew with Sleeves mentioned it earlier because it was re-implemented as Airlines Europe.
Oh, right.
And I remember Paul mentioned that. But Union Pacific is an out of print Alan Moon train game that involves accumulating stocks. And it was really good. It kind of has some similarities to Las Vegas. Like you're buying a stock and hoping that card gets drawn later so you can collect money on that stock. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Sort of like how you treat your territories. We got that one game of For Sale in,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I don't know if you ended up, we played it twice. I love the filler longboard.
Oh, I liked Longboard a lot. I
Yeah,
forgot
for
about
as
that one.
quick as that one is, and the fact it's just a deck of cards, you can play it with four and 20 minutes or less. I really like what that game does quite a bit.
I was a little skeptical, man, but I was kind of like, nah, I'm sitting here. Mike's setting it up. He clearly wants to play it. I'll play it. And I was like, okay, yeah. I'd definitely play it again. I thought it was really good. I appreciated the ease of teach, the quick playtime, the way that you can choose to end the game, and maybe that will work, and maybe it will hurt
Yeah,
you. Um,
it's way better than you think it would be
mhm.
for literally just a deck of cards in 20
Yeah,
minute game. Just like Ahoy Kitten. Like same thing. Like this game's way more fun than it has any right to be.
yeah, yeah. Oh, Kitten got really good.
Oh yeah, you guys got Rise of X. That was my copy of Rise of X that also has Immortality in the box too, and I've played neither expansion.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't play very many long games. Even our game of Scythe, like I had to give Timothy a refresh, but me and the Grossmans are like experienced Scythe
Yeah,
players. We hammered that game out in under 2 hours, easily four players. That game went quick.
that's
So
awesome.
I didn't play anything. That was my longest game, and honestly, just the playtime was probably an hour 45.
So we played while they were playing Dune Imperium. We played. Did we? No, we didn't play Union Pacific. No, they were playing smartphone or something while we were playing Union Pacific, right? We played
Yeah,
Mask of the Red Death. We played 2 games of Longboard. We played For Sale. Um, maybe we did play that Union Pacific modded version. Um,
we got a lot of games played while they were doing that. So
oh boy, David with the dad jokes. Yeah, because they played smartphone first.
uh,
But so yeah, let's look at next week. Maybe we do well, there was a comment and they weren't wrong that if we stay on topic, we get through the top fives pretty quick. Which we did a good job tonight, Mike. That was weird. We were weirdly focused this
we
evening.
were weirdly focused.
That's strange. I
You
probably have
know
a fever.
what's kind of wild? What's kind of wild is we took like 30 minutes to get into it, but then we like hammered out the topic pretty quick, even with a ton of honorable mentions. I don't know if it was just topic itself and our familiarity with these games. I don't really know, but good
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, maybe. But I think what we do is we Maybe we bust through a top 5 and then see if we can't get on VGA with somebody and we play like a faster game, kind of see how it goes, gauge interest level, and then yeah, and then we wrap up tonight, and we're both in bed by 11. Man, that'd be great.
And yeah, for sales an option. Once I teach you Castles of Burgundy, it's an option. There's several others.
Well,
I
for
gotta
sale, if we've got like 4 or 5 people, for sale would be great. And
Yeah.
so, maybe Donnie will come on. We know Evan will come on, right, and do it. And you don't have to be on camera. You just got to be in the room, the BGA room, to play, right? So
right. Exactly. Yeah, we just need people to play the game. You don't necessarily have to be on camera.
Yeah, no guests did make us faster. So can you invite people and just share the link? Is that how it works with BGA? Where you just share a link and be like, hey, click on this to play the game?
Yeah, you just add people as your friend and then invite them to a table.
Oh, yeah. You know what, Brett? Also, if we've got like 4 or 5 people, I want to play King of Tokyo on BGA.
And speaking of territory control games, King of Tokyo and King of New York, those didn't even get mentioned. I had them as honorable mentions and I skipped over them. Mike forgot something.
So I think that's our answer. Is I think next week we do our topic, and then we've either got some people in the hopper that'll come on and definitely play with us, or if we don't have people, we could throw the link in the Discord and the Whiskey Wednesday channel, and first come first serve, come in and get a game and play with us. I don't know if I would play that Autorama one too. That one sounded really good.
I'd really like to try that. I've almost bought it a couple times. I just want to see what it adds. I don't think it's necessarily sharing a link. I think it's just going to be, hey, who's available at 9:00 to play? Here's the invite.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll just have to add you on BGA, and it'll be pretty straightforward.
I'm in there. I just
I mean, anybody that wants to join us for those. For sale will, literally take 10 to 15 minutes, but it definitely needs 4 or 5.
Yes.
3 is okay, but I just think the theme of Autorama is cool for sure, Brandon. But they also have some variable player powers. I don't know. I've heard some people say, you took a super elegant game and you added stuff that didn't make it better. But at the same time, I still want to see these variable player powers because for sale's great. So yeah, I'll try any variant of that game for sure. Because the base concept is just super clean and makes for an interesting game.
Who's Neomander in Board Game Arena?
That's Ben Grossman.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So I got some Board Game Arena friends. I will need.
Do you have Donnie and Evan yet?
I don't think so. All
right, we can fix that.
Yeah, I just need their. Listen, I'm Timbot. TIMB0T.
Oh wait, you mean like your screen name there? Wow, that's weird. Where the O is a 0? Huh? I never would have guessed that.
Right.
Oh, there you go. Look at the screen.
Donnie VT. Sweet.
Yep.
You know what he's gonna do though? He's gonna I'm gonna send him the thing, and then he's just gonna reject my friend request because he's cold. He's cold like that.
That's what I did the first time.
Donnie's too nice.
And I think giving out too much information, but it's super confusing. But I think if you just take Evan's first name with a space and then add his last name, you've got his BGA name. Yeah, I know that's super confusing. Super confusing.
Oh, I sent him a friend request. It's pending. So Evan's.
Oh wow. There's nothing surprising.
Evan's big time in me. I see what it is. Getting big time.
Dang, I got moves to make. Ooh, like several. 4.
Ooh, I now have 10 friends. I just got an achievement.
Oh, what? You have more than I do. Once I started getting games played, I stopped adding people. Like, oh my gosh, I'm getting to play my favorite games. This is great. I'm done adding friends. I shamed
Evan into being my friend. No, you guys are awesome. All right. I just got some friends there on on BGA. I'm gonna start like actually looking and playing, trying to get some games played with you guys. That'll be the next step. My problem is I forget about BGA because I'm such like a slave to just apps. You know, like, oh, an app. In BGA, like I feel like my brain would work better with it if it was an app and not a website
Well,
that I had to go to.
there is an app. You
Oh.
can get the BGA app. It's basically the same as the website, but if the app makes you, I use the app. So if that helps you remember, get the Board Game Arena app.
I wonder if it is not available. It should be available on the phone.
Wayne asked about a spot on the Discord for BGA
Ooh,
games.
I feel like we need a channel just for that.
Now we're getting somewhere.
All right, Wayne, that's what's up, man. Good.
New
call.
channel. Everybody drops their gamer tag in there. Everybody gets added. We'll figure out who plays what, and then we'll play some games next Wednesday. For sale, definitely a great option if you guys know that one. If not, super easy to teach too.
I also would really like to play King of Tokyo. I think that'd be super fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Super fun. And I already know the rules well.
Ooh, and Trevor even mentioned section for people that want to learn games. Yeah. Definitely. That's a good idea too. Using BGA. Yeah, For Sale is awesome. It's really like almost a perfect filler.
Don't
Taught
play
it to
the
so
asp.
many people.
Okay. Well, all right, guys. Let's wrap this one up. Let's quit while we're ahead. We're doing great. We've got some awesome stuff lined up for next week. I'm very excited. Super fun list tonight, Mike. Oddly on track. I guess not having a guest did help, but it's fun having guests. So yeah, we need to make a Discord channel for BGA games or just online games, maybe, right? And then you can play whatever you want on there, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So, but gosh, that's why I just love this, because we keep coming up with awesome new things. Create channel.
I know.
Online,
we just keep coming up with funky ass shit like every single day. May I
kick a little something to the G's and creating. Bing, bing, bing.
Trevor needs us to go until midnight, apparently. He wants guests to stall us. He's in a different time zone, so he can stay up past midnight Eastern. I cannot. I worked 10 hours and slept for maybe 4 last night.
I don't know what I'll do if I go into a Thursday at work and I'm not super tired. It'll be really weird.
What's that like?
I thought I made that channel. New channel. Oh, wait. Did I make it in the wrong spot? Did I not make it? If you had Tim struggles with technology on your bingo card.
So I'm about to say it.
Create. Online
games.
I
see it.
It's a thing. I made it. Hooray. All right, guys. We have a new channel in the Discord right now. Thank you to who said that? Who said that we needed a Discord straight up for it? Somebody did. Oh, Wayne Kruger. You're the man, dude. You are the man. Great job. You spoke it into existence.
Is Mortex in our Discord also in our...
He just did. He just dropped it in
Is he also in our YouTube, though? If he is, I don't know his YouTube name.
Now's your chance.
Well, yeah, there we go. I'm giving you a shot here. Man, what is my BGA? I have like 2 main usernames. Oh, yeah, duh. Of course. I know what it is. Yeah. did not get a bingo this week. I didn't want it to be too easy.
Listen, David, I wear the baseball hat indoors because I don't want you to get the glare off the dome. It's rough, man. Oh, Mortex 58 is Wayne. Right on, Wayne.
Oh, nice.
Beauty.
Okay. Got it. Nice. Yeah, pretty awesome.
Great
We have
idea,
some.
man. Great idea.
It was. Yeah, we'll get you guys added for sure. Get some games going. Just to give you guys an idea, Bob and I have been hammering out some Anachrony games. If any of you guys enjoy Anachrony, man, that game, it's gonna move up my all-time 50 list because BGA is allowing me to play it so much. It's so much to set up and teach. But man, if you know that game, I would love to hammer out some Anachrony games with you. I also have some Lost Ruins of Arnak games going, and of course, as mentioned before, Castle Burgundy. So those are the three I'm playing the most right now.
I love it.
Yeah, Anachrony is freaking
Oh, we got
fantastic.
Paul from Gem Time. Oh, he's got a good name too. Photosynthesis.
What?
That is really good. That is really good. Hopefully, there's a couple of photosyntheses, so I hope I asked the right one.
You gotta be kidding me.
You like that photosynthesis, don't you?
Oh my god. That's so tough. I don't know why I'm listening to that. Ooh.
Is there a rundown group in BGA? Oh, wow.
Yeah, you
Wait.
can create your own BGA groups. They're communities.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah.
Some
Create
next
a new
level shit.
group. We can make it private. We can make it invite only. That's gonna happen, guys. Yes, matter of time. It's happening. It's happening. And yeah, if you guys end up starting another Anachrony game, I better get that invite. Man, that one's so good. I'm so glad I'm able to play that on BGA. So it's a bear to set up. Ooh, man, yeah, BGA is gonna unlock some potential here for sure. Great
Oh, no.
call.
Paul, I just sent a stranger a friend request, you turd.
Well, Photosynthesis just received my friend request in admiration.
Yep, because he had such a great name.
I laughed for like 30 seconds about that. Wow.
All right, this is the video now is just us adding names, people to our friends list. This is awesome, right? Guys. I'm very excited about this.
Look at this.
I'm gonna get some games going on BGA.
Friends. So many new friends. Oh my gosh.
You know, I was talking to somebody at work today, and sometimes you don't see sometimes such a good idea, you know, because it's so obvious. And like really, Wayne, this was such a good idea. Like, I can't believe we didn't think of this already. So thank you so much for this. David, David with the dad jokes. When hobbits give blood, it's Frodoplasm.
Oh, wow.
Is it still sinking in with you, Mike? You got it?
Jeez.
Come on, it's funny.
Okay, I've sent out 4 friend requests on BGA, including to a rando named Photosynthesis.
I love it.
Oh,
I love it. Oh my goodness.
I don't know why I laugh so much.
Because it's damn funny. It's so good. It's so good.
Oh,
but
wow.
All right, Mike. Let's get out of here before 11. Let's do ourselves a favor.
Wow.
Depending on what we're doing on Saturday and what we're playing, maybe we'll screw around with the little live stream since we'll be in the same house. We'll see what's up. There won't be a ton of notice for it, unfortunately, because it's sometimes those things we just got to see how it's going, and we don't want that to get in the way of us being productive. But if there's a way to do it that makes sense, we might try. So I'll just put that out there.
Yeah, you definitely shed some light on some real issues right there. Photosynthesis in action.
Oh, God. All right, guys. This has been an awesome show. See you later, Jazz. Thanks for being here. And everybody else in the chat, please, before you go, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Like, subscribe, all the things. Don't forget, we do have a Patreon. We are working on some really fun ideas to rewards, things that we can reward people with the Patreon. But honestly, y'all just being here and commenting and hanging out with us in the chat is an awesome way to support the show, and we really, really appreciate it. Mike, you got anything else before we bust out of here?
Keep an eye out for the giveaways that we should be filming. There's going to be a bunch of those coming out soon. Keep an eye out for the buttload of BGA friend requests I just sent out, including one to looks like kind of a big deal based on his avatar. But yeah, this was very enlightening. I'm glad everybody jumped in on this.
Also, Castles of Burgundy giveaway is still live, so I might mess around with that tonight while I'm lying in bed. Just pop that out real quick. Maybe I'll wake up in the morning with an excited winner.
Yeah, if you have not commented on that video yet, please do. That means there's still a chance. There's still a chance.
Oh man, glad that went over real quick and nobody caught that. Anyways, guys, y'all as usual are the best. You're the reason for the season. Mike and I's favorite part about doing this show is not talking to our dumbasses, but actually hanging out with you guys and all the things. Donnie Donnie caught it. Good job, Donnie. I'll message you about that later.
I'm leaving it alone.
Yeah, that's what you do with what I said, is you just leave it alone. It'll go away on its own. But yeah, you guys are the best. Yeah, David, I do mean there's a chance. Yeah, TJ, you're the man, dude. I love talking football with you. I'm glad you were able to hang out with us tonight. I just love
Samsonite. I was way off.
Mike, it's now 11 o'clock, so I'm going to say for the board game rundown, I've been Tim.
I've been Couch Mike.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.